Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the least requested, least demanded, and the least downloaded wrestling podcast, PCW. This could be a long podcast, so strap in and shut up and don't be a little bitch about it.
To the masters.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can. What do you guys want to talk about? I am that damn good.
I am the B-E-S-T.
And the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, to get some love. Acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Hey, yo. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling, episode 118, I believe. Welcome back. We're going to be doing the predictions for Clash in Italy. And we're going to talk about Saturday Night Main Event. We're going to touch on maybe some stuff that happened in AAA Wrestling, because I spent some time and watched that. But we got so much to talk about. It's been a while. And we got a full crew here today. Full crew. Everybody's here. So let me get to the introductions. Here we go. Welcome back, Dre. What's up?
Yo, what it do, PCW crew?
Name me one Italian wrestler. Go.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan. Nice. All right. Let's bring out our second co-host. Sir, sup, Doyle?
Oh, ciao bella. It's a me. It's a D-O-Y-L-E.
Okay, I like that. We don't need to edit that out. We're going to keep that one.
Yeah, I said I would leave the ethnic humor at home, but I lied.
Give me a name of an Italian wrestler.
Oh, the legendary Bruno Sammartino.
All right. Nice. All right. And last but not least, we can't seem to get rid of him.
I have voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. You got oxygen, all designed to keep you safe. But when
Yeah, welcome back, Tyler.
Thank you for having me. Nice to hear from you this evening, gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing well.
Oh, of course. I mean, now it just seems like the four of us, this is the full-time crew. I believe commentary at one time had, was it 3 people was the most that they've had? Like on an average of Raw and SmackDown, I think they were doing a 3-man commentary team for a while.
I think Raw primarily had 3 people on commentary. I think SmackDown mainly stuck to 2.
Yeah, it was for a short time they did the 3-man commentary team. I thought it was a little out of hand.
Well, then you go down the dial a few stations, and you get 19 people doing commentary on AEW.
Yeah,
Sure.
Right? So I guess not so bad. I mean, think about it, just doing commentary alone, that's a lot to hold down. Especially when you had, well, I guess back in the day when you had Vince in your ear. So, yeah.
It depends on the team you had. I mean, Monday Nitro, WCW had a 3-man commentary team for a while with Tony Schiavone, Larry Zbyszko, and Bobby Heenan.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be like halfway through the show? Wouldn't it be like a different 3 people?
Maybe. It's been so long I can't really remember. They may have done that at some point.
Or maybe Rod used to do it. One of the shows I feel like used to, like halfway through, would like switch out some people on the commentary team.
Right. They should do it more often. I mean, I think you just need the 3 people with chemistry. I was telling Tyler, I didn't know that Corey Graves and JBL do commentary for AAA. And then they did it with Saudi Vega this weekend. So that was pretty good. I think JBL was a fucking hoot. I was like, this is awesome. And, you know, I enjoyed
Rey Mysterio on commentary for a while too, and
obviously
with the newest development with Rey Mysterio, that's what prompted them to bring in Sabio Vega.
All right, each of you guys pick one wrestler currently on the roster that when they retire, you would love to see on commentary. Male or female? Somebody on the current roster, when they retire, you would love to see them on commentary. Because
So first, I'm going to say Santino Marella to your.
Oh yeah, dude! I totally forgot to ask you. You know what? Santino Marella is a good one.
And while I'm at it, I think Alexa Bliss. I think she'd do
commentary too.
Oh, Santino, yeah, especially if he stayed in character.
I had enough of him when he was in his run. So that's why I would choose a female, Alexa Bliss. I think she'd be really good at breaking down matches and, you know, everything going on in the ring and, you know, storylines and whatnot.
Interesting. Doyle, who would you have in commentary?
Well, you got to have somebody that's quick on their feet, I think, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking current people.
Yeah.
I might. I'm going to cop out and give a double answer and say Seth and Becky. I think both individually would be pretty good as commentators, especially if Becky stayed in her heel character. Right?
Yeah,
both of them as heels would be pretty funny commentary.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I like that.
I would be shocked. I'd be kind of shocked if you don't see Seth Rollins doing something like that going forward, because he's all over ESPN. Doing these stupid worked fights on ESPN, but I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him in a commentary booth with gray hair, with dyed gray hair.
All right, Dre. Let's hear your answer.
You partially read my mind, Doyle. I was thinking Becky Lynch as well. I don't know that we've ever had a full-time women's woman in the commentary booth.
We kind of did. We had Beth Phoenix for a while. And Renee Young was also for a little bit. She did commentary. But yeah, that's the only 2 females I can think of.
Yeah, I think Becky Lynch would do really good. I think Seth, does have the potential, but something tells me Seth is destined for something outside of the commentary booth. I could see him being a trainer. I could see him being a producer, maybe, or even something adjacent to what Triple H does, something on that level. But he could do commentary if he wants to. Definitely.
Yeah.
I famously am not a huge fan, but Phil has sat behind the microphone many times
and done well.
And fair. Call a spade. I'll give credit where credit's due.
We got a taste of it a little bit from November to December in 2010. This was when this guy was nursing an injury. And I feel like it's pretty predictable what I'm about to say, but CM Punk. I got a taste of CM Punk on commentary for a bit, and I fucking loved it. And I think it'd be great to see him again. Or Kevin Owens would be another one. I would love to see Kevin Owens on commentary.
I think Sammy would be good, for that matter.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I feel like Michael Cole is winding down his career soon, right? I mean, somebody's got to step up and take the mantle. But, yeah, I don't know. Just an idea.
Play-by-play.
That's play-by-play, but
that's different from being a color commentary.
Right. Play-by-play, that's a whole different ballgame. That's more of a... I feel like I feel like we have enough in-house guys for that, but as for the color commentator,
and I don't know too many wrestlers who have transitioned into actual doing play-by-play, other than maybe like Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
Who's else?
Excalibur on AEW.
Okay.
He used to be a wrestler.
Well, Corey Graves is a play-by-play, and he doesn't always play color. He plays both.
Well, sometimes.
But
he does both.
Play-by-play.
Yeah, he does AAA.
Yeah, and if it were up to me, I know they probably paying an ass load of money to Joe Tessitore, but I would make Corey Graves Michael Cole's heir apparent.
Yeah.
I still haven't forgotten sometime last year for a few weeks, they paired up Corey Graves with Wade Barrett, and I thought those two worked phenomenally together.
I mean, Joe Test can't be that much. I mean, he's about the same age as Cole, I would think, right? So
maybe not too far, maybe a little younger. But Joe Test is also bigger than WWE. He's done sports in general.
Sure.
Right.
They just want like a full-time in-house WWE person.
Yeah.
Corey Graves is their guy.
Moving along here, did anybody catch Saturday Night Main Event? It was Saturday, May 23rd. This one started I think it was at 7 p.m. for this one.
It started at 8.
Oh, did it start at 8?
I think
I started it. I watched it the next day. It was Saturday morning main event. And I also watched the AAA Lucha Wrestling after that because, they threw an ad up, which really helped, for the first time. An ad actually helped. It reminded me, oh shit, we have AAA like right after this. I'm like, it's only an hour long. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch this. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed AAA better than I enjoyed main event.
And me and Carlos been trying to tell y'all.
I think
cooking,
dude.
AAA be cooking.
Okay, so I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll get to AAA when we get to it. But let's talk about Saturday Night Main Event. Did any matches stand out to you guys as a great match? Like, anything memorable for you guys?
On the show.
The Pence Ethan Page match was good.
Yeah,
it was a good match. Yeah. The problem with, and I would say that's about it. The main event, the World Tag Team title match, was a good match with a bullshit finish, in my opinion. The Becky Lynch Soul Ruca, that was complete bullshit.
Oh yeah, the botch.
That was a whole waste. Forget the botch. They gave him less than 5 minutes, and then had that BS finish to it. Like that was just a total waste.
I mean, like after that match, I stood up and was like, okay, so Ruca wins, so she gets her title shot, right? I mean, because we're doing this dumbass thing where like you need to beat the champion to earn a championship title match. So I was like, okay,
you have to beat them.
And technically, she is.
No, that's always been the way.
Right, it's always been the way.
You win a
obviously
title match,
Clash,
you get a title match.
Right. But
it was a real dumbass roundabout way to get there.
Exactly, and yeah, the botch on the Soul Snatcher did not help. It wasn't even just the botch; it was just the whole thing put together. It was just poorly done.
And I've been saying for months, I think we're gonna get a Becky Lynch Jessica Carr match. But it's just, do we need fucking 2 years of build up for a wrestler referee match? Like,
she's still training.
This should be like a 6-week storyline.
Yeah, right.
Just seems like overkill. I think it'll be a fun program, but it's just like we overkill for what it is.
I mean,
for what it is, they don't need to treat it like it's a serious big deal. Like,
it's been going on for over a year.
Right, we're still going to look at her as being a referee. It's going to take a while before anybody looks at her as a legitimate wrestler, no matter how much training she's done. So if y'all are going to put her in the ring with Becky Lynch, you're putting her in the ring as a referee, first things first, before you ever put her in as a wrestler. So she doesn't have to be that trained up for this program to work. I mean, hell, y'all rolls fat ass out there after
under a mask.
3 weeks of training.
Yeah. I mean, she has a lot of in-ring experience. She does spend a lot of time in the ring.
She's been wrestling under a mask on one of those LFG or whatever the fuck it's called.
Evolve, one of them, yeah.
Oh, really?
She's a full-fledged wrestler on one of those shows, but she wears a mask.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Maybe it's because of the mask.
Her name's like
Doyle. How'd you know?
Her name's like Cal X or something like that.
Wait, Doyle, do you know the identity of the real Americano?
We'll find out. When is that? That's Saturday, right? We'll find out.
That's fine. Yeah. But I did like the women's tag match, the way it ended, with the little foot on Paige's ass, get the leverage for the pin, just another way to get these girls to scoot by until Nikki, I guess gets injured, or not injured, comes back from injury, and then we can move along whatever storyline they're gonna fucking proceed with.
Storyline is being dragged out for no reason.
Yeah, they've done such a great job with that women's tag division, and then just screeching a fucking halt.
Oh my god, yeah, because they want to force something. They can't alter it, but they want to force something. They want to force the titles on the belts. They can't put them and build somebody else until Nikki's healed, but whatever.
There's nothing about that storyline that requires those tag team titles.
No, man. Right? And then, I just some moments, obviously, with that last match, that last tag match, that really stood out. We saw what I thought was fucking cool is when Braun Breaker comes in for the spear and Montez Ford just fucking jumps and clears him, and Dawkins is right there to just literally just take that fucking momentum and just shove it elsewhere, and it's just right up over the announce table. Clear up over it, into the chairs. I thought it was fucking great. Logan Paul got injured during this. The curse of the Vision injuries fucking continues. Holy shit, like literally, Austin Theory is the only one left who hasn't gotten injured, and once he does, they can all share that as a fucking group. They all got an injury. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that he's already got his surgery done. His torn, was it tricep?
Yeah.
Yeah. He already got the surgery done. He's already got the wicked scar. It looks pretty badass. That's the thing with WWE is like, they put you in surgery like immediately, and the recovery starts right away. So some people, they barely hear about the news before they're already gears are in motion, trying to get these superstars, back on the road.
At least they made something out of the situation with Logan Paul's injury. By having, Austin Theory, who in my opinion still should have never cut his hair, but having Austin Theory just go to town on everybody that he blames for the injury on Raw Monday. I thought that was a good look, and then it leading to Tez and Seth deciding, oh, we need to team up, and now I'm like, team up against who? These two motherfuckers? Like, I guess? The division still isn't that much of a threat when it's just those two. Like, they need to team up against Theory and Braun Breaker. Okay. Now, maybe, based upon what we've seen in some pictures, maybe Bronson Reed is on the way back, and he looking like a whole beast and a half based on that social media picture that's floating around here.
I saw what you're talking about.
That tsunami about to hit different when he comes back.
That's not the same dude anymore. No.
Yeah. What he recently? Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, shit. I see a picture now. I'm gonna post it right here. Oh yeah, he's great shape, man. I love it. I love it when wrestlers do that with their time off. It's like, they not only do they repair and treat the injury that they have, come back stronger, but like they also focus on other things, think about all the wrestlers that have come back just twice as jacked as before, like Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns when Triple H, when Roman Reigns was gone for a while, he came back, he was just super jacked. I mean, Brock Lesnar, every time he comes back, I feel like he gets more and more jacked. Like, there's this
things about that.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to stay like that on the road.
Yeah. For sure.
When you're home for 5 months, it's a lot easier to eat right and get your workouts in and blah, 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 blah. Because when you're running from hotel to hotel to hotel and, it's 1 a.m, the only thing that's open is Waffle House, I think it's hard.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I would say so to a certain extent. I was maybe not as much now as it was back in the day, given that their road schedule isn't anywhere near as strenuous.
Sure.
If you're just a Raw guy and you're working 1 show a week, you actually, I would argue, you probably have less of an excuse now, because you may work Raw one day, then you're back home for the rest of the week. If there's another house show or something in the week, then okay, maybe you go work that. Now, something like what they're doing now with the European tour, definitely will be harder to stay in shape, because obviously most of the time is traveling from country to country, show to show. But when you're back here in the States, they actually have a lot more time. But then again, the flip side to that is them not getting the reps, them not, callousing up their bodies to the impact like they used to when they worked all the time. That's probably what's contributing to more injuries happening, especially a lot of these soft tissue injuries that we're having. You're tearing a muscle, you're straining a joint or something like that. These are the type of injuries that happen when you aren't doing the same thing over and over again. Because even if you're working one show,
look at some of those. Look at the pictures in the up until really the 90s. It was super common for guys to have 20, 30 complete games a year, but you know what I mean? And nobody, and the injury rate was much lower than it is now when guys are on a pitch count and get extra rest and blah, 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 and they blow out their elbow anyway.
Let me ask.
Used to work them like dogs. They never did.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys something. Do you guys believe at the rate that we're going by, I don't know, let's say War Games, will the Vision be whole again?
No.
No? You think either going to A, break up, or B, going to be out with injuries?
Define it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody off the injured roster.
Injured again.
Do you think somebody out? It's Austin Theory's turn.
I think somebody will be out injured again.
Yeah.
I think they might have a brief run. I could see a potential brief run where everybody's healthy and at 100%, and that's usually just when somebody gets injured again.
Or when they decide to break the group up.
Yeah.
Finally,
you know what I mean? Just when everybody
back.
gets healthy and it finally starts catching traction because you're seeing the complete package in front of you.
Yeah.
And then, well, it's too late. We're pulling the plug. Well, fuck. You just got it all together.
Yeah. It just seems like
And
this.
I don't know why you bring it. And I don't know why you bring up the question of around War Games time anyway, because these motherfuckers are not going to be in War Games.
Yeah, I know.
I can confidently say that right now. They will not be the heel team in War Games. Primary reason why? Because of what's happening right now. These motherfuckers can't stay healthy enough, long enough to be built up as a War Games level threat.
Yup. That's sad, but it's fucking true.
For that to happen, Bronson Reed would have to come back like next week, and Logan Paul would have to come back by July at the latest, and all of them would have to stay healthy from July through War Games to be built up to be that kind of threat, at least from a credibility standpoint. Now, obviously, modern WWE booking, they'll pick 4 random motherfuckers out of a hat and just throw it in the match because, damn, we just had a PLE 2 weeks ago and now we got War Games coming up and we need to make some shit happen real fast. So fuck it, y'all 4 motherfuckers gonna face the Vision.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how.
I did want to say one more.
Go ahead.
One more note about Seth and Montez Ford.
Yeah.
When was their one-on-one match? Was that 2 weeks ago, or was that last?
No, that was this past Monday.
That was this week. Yeah,
Okay.
That was great.
Did you guys see that they did a sequence? There was a carbon copy of a match that Becky and Bianca had with each other.
I did
I
see
love when
that
they do
clip.
that. I love
Yeah.
when
Side
they
by
do that kind of
side.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember Bianca and I want to say Alexa did something from like a scary movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a scary movie, not a movie that is scary.
Yep.
I love movies shit like that. Little Easter eggs, shit like that. I think it's so fun.
Yep. Even gave a little nod to Lex Luger during that sequence when they said Tez had Seth in the torture rack position.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, look at him giving Lex Luger a shout out.
Nice. After Saturday Night Main Event, did anybody catch anything on AAA? You can go over to. I went over to YouTube to watch it. They announced.
I watched it, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. But I did pay attention to the end.
Okay.
And obviously the whole Rey Mysterio is now the GM of AAA.
Yep. Yeah, so they named WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio the new general manager of AAA. That's awesome. You know, and I didn't know that Undertaker took part in helping run AAA.
It was awesome until he wrestled a match on Monday.
Yeah, how about that? Let's pump the brakes here real quick. How
we ain't got pump the brakes. My point on it was they brought him up to be the GM of AAA, and my first thought was good. Anything that'll keep Ray out of the ring, I'm here for it. He'll do great as as the GM of AAA. And then fucking Monday, they throw this motherfucker into a match.
But at least
why?
Against Rusev and like how many times have I seen Rusev versus Ray? Several times. Years ago. Many years ago. And it's for the IC title. Like the number one contender for the IC title. Like how many fucking general managers, go out, for a title shot? Aldis next week's gonna be coming out answering a United States Open Challenge.
It's just Ray. Like,
I know.
Ray, we love you, but sit the fuck down.
I know.
At least I will give it this. At least he was in his old ring gear. Because I wasn't wild about the singlets. You know what I mean? I don't know. It never grabbed me as a Rey Mysterio thing.
Yeah.
When you look at him and see him, and he's just like wearing
cover up that belly fat somehow.
Great choice though for a GM. I think it's also plays great with the position that Dom is in. Being a champion on that show.
Ooh.
So as soon as they made Ray, I thought, ooh, Dom's not gonna like this, and they did pan back, and they saw Dom kind of losing his shit backstage. It's like, dude, come on, your dad's GM. That's awesome, right? No, it's not. I hate my father. He's not even my real dad.
Given recent events.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to think that, in a way, Rey Mysterio could be taking orders from The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And it still blows my mind, like we were discussing the other way on the way home from work, that Undertaker's even in that position.
Oh, yeah, like, you wouldn't expect Undertaker to be giving notes in Lucha Wrestling.
No.
Okay, so first you're going to give a Corona, and then you're going to do the sunset flip, and, because I used to do all this stuff in the ring.
He ain't booking the matches. He's just booking the storylines and all that stuff.
Yeah, because you know what?
No wrestling.
Yeah, because it's made it fucking interesting. If anybody's been wondering where the fuck Rey Fenix has been, he's been on AAA. He went against the Laredo Kid for the Cruiserweight Championship. He lost after a nice low blow. But I brought it up to my girlfriend. We were watching, and I said, "Hey, do you know that Penta and Rey Fenix are related?" And when they were in AEW, I believe they were the Lucha Bros. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't watch them on AEW.
And then they had a third person with them, but I can't remember who it was.
Was it Anyway, yeah. I was like, well, they brought them to WWE, but they've kept them separate. Yeah. Ever since. I was like, even the Royal Rumble, we saw one of them get eliminated before the other one came in. I was like, they won't even let them cross paths in the Rumble. I think it's more or less because they're making them single stars, and it's working because like Penta's.
They booked them for Penta. They booked them for a AAA show, but then one of them got hurt, and they ended up not doing it.
Yeah,
but I think that's like they're saving that for a case of emergency break glass kind of situation. I would assume. Yeah. Yeah, but like for as great a job as they're doing with Penta, they're fucking up Rey Fenix.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, yeah, poor Rey Fenix, man, just can't catch a break. He literally just got another low blow this week. So that happened. I didn't see, it wasn't on, but I did catch some pictures of it. But Bayley has also been on AAA Wrestling. So if anybody's been wondering I know she was recently in a match this week, but she's also been doing double duty and going over to AAA. Now,
she also looks like she's been off of the road for 5 months and has just come back jacked because she looks real good.
Yeah, absolutely. But the main event, they had Los Americanos Hermanos versus Los Americans street fight, and it ended in fucking chaos. It was it's 1 week before the mass versus mass match between El Grande Americano and the original El Grande Americano at AAA's Noche de los Grandes. You can watch that. It says you can watch it on ESPN and Netflix, USA Network, CW Network, Peacock, and more. Oh, no, that's just the WWE action. Okay, I was reading that wrong. I was like, no way. Yeah, so YouTube. That's where you catch it. I subscribed already, so now I want to be able to catch this weekend. But, so, Kaiser and Gable come out, and the fucking crowd, man, was so loud. So fucking loud. These guys are getting in each other's faces, and Corey Graves is saying, if these two touch hands, there's a no touching clause. They touch hands, like the match is called off, and the crowd's just losing their shit. They had all these people come out, and then normally you don't see this. It's always they can't lay hands on each other, or the title will be forfeited, or the match will be off, or some sort of stipulation, right? But this time, we saw them touch hands. They fucking laid into each other, and the crowd went even fucking crazier, and it was chaos. And then at the end, as they were going off the air, they brought out all these other luchadors came out to try to fucking stop it. I know it's absolutely crazy. Like, you got like 3 European wrestlers and 3 American wrestlers playing luchadors on a AAA, show, on a lucha wrestling show, and they're main eventing. I mean, and we're loving it. And so what I'm getting is the original Americano gets booed on AAA but cheered on Raw. And Kaiser gets cheered on AAA, but booed on Raw. Okay. I'm getting this. I'm loving it, dude.
Shades of mid-90s Bret Hart.
Yeah, right? Like the whole kind of thing. So.
Heel in America, face in Canada.
Been trying to tell you. Me and Carlos been talking about it in the Discord for weeks. Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser is over as fuck in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, he is, if just pure wrestler to crowd relationship, right now, Ludwig Kaiser is one of the most over wrestlers in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah, and my man went and got arrested.
Dude, got arrested, but like
mean shit. Because
it didn't.
The next day, they had a Grande Americano celebration event in Mexico, and he was over as fuck. He made it there because Gunther bailed him out.
Yep.
And he was still allowed to travel. He had it. The crowd was still behind him like a mug. He was clearly emotional from the appreciation. Like, this dude is over as hell. He's going to be the one to take that AAA Mega Championship from he's going to take that Mega Championship from Dom. I don't know when they're going to pull that trigger on it. Probably whatever the big WrestleMania-esque level event is for AAA is probably when it's going to happen, but it's definitely going to happen. Mm-hmm. It is definitely going to happen because that man's popularity with that crowd, and it's not just because it's not so much in the sense that, it's a European guy playing a luchador. Yeah. That's maybe from Chad Gable's perspective, that he is the European guy pretending to be a luchador. From Kaiser's standpoint, the reason why he's gotten over so much with the crowd is because he's embraced it. He's ingratiated himself with the crowd.
Yeah.
Wasn't he legit fluent in Spanish?
Yeah. He's legitimately fluent in Spanish. He speaks Spanish all the time when he's on the air in AAA. He doesn't speak a lick of English down there. It's all Spanish.
Isn't his girlfriend
he's fully in. Anytime,
a referee?
So like anytime he's down in Mexico, he wears the mask. I don't think he's ever seen in Mexico without the mask on. Like he's gone all in and embraced it. And
isn't his girlfriend a referee
because of it?
Yeah. I think he's dating a Spanish wrestler. She's a referee in AAA, I think.
Something like a referee, a backstage correspondent, something like that. She's got some role in AAA.
She's involved.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so, AAA. I mean, I'm going to check it out this weekend. I might not be live, but I will definitely be checking it out. I assume Chad Gable's going to lose, and we'll get Chad Gable back on Raw as himself. With American Alpha, I guess.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 2-week event. I forgot the name of it, but it's going to be taking place over the next 2 weeks on the AAA show. Mm-hmm. So 1 hour this Saturday, then obviously the second hour next Saturday.
Right.
Which means spoilers will almost certainly be up expeditiously because I'm pretty sure AAA is pre-taped.
They've been advertising the match as the 30th. The Mask versus Mac. The Mask
they've been advertising.
I'm
just talking about the show itself. I'm pretty sure the show itself is
but I think the Mask match, the Mask versus Mask match will air live. I don't think that's going to be a spoiler situation.
Right.
It could.
That's my guess. Guess.
It could. I mean, me and Carlos were actually trying to figure that out. We don't know if AAA is. Does it air live on YouTube every Saturday, or is it pre-recorded? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I it's on YouTube.
Both of them at a time, but one of them is live.
Right?
Maybe because YouTube comes on YouTube 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, which I would guess where. Yeah, that's when it airs. 10 o'clock Saturday nights, but obviously where it's filmed in Mexico, so I'm assuming that's at least 1 or 2 hours behind. So maybe it could be,
it's like 8 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 8 o'clock their time. So that could lend it to being live every week. But honestly, I don't know.
So for the curious out there, Lucha Libre AAA does feature live broadcasts, though its weekly television program uses a mix of live events and pre-taped episodes. So, for anybody curious enough to know.
That was me. I was so curious.
Weird.
Thank you, Tyler.
Hey.
Now I can sleep better.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it says AAA broadcasts a new episode every Saturday at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
The TV schedule typically features a live broadcast once every few weeks, while the remaining weeks in the month are filled with pre-tape matches. Additionally, AAA streams all of its premium live events, such as Triple Mania Live.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So, kind of like what you said, Doyle. They film a couple of episodes at a time. Yeah. But, yeah, more than likely this week will be live.
Yeah, I mean, that particular match will certainly be live, I think.
Yeah.
I imagine they're gonna let that sit out be talked about on the internet. Before
next week's stuff will probably almost certainly be spoiled because they'll film the whole thing tonight, or not tonight. They'll film the whole thing live Saturday, and then air the second half obviously next Saturday.
Right. Cool. All right, let's move along here. Do you guys? I think I've asked you guys this before, but do you guys listen to Chris Van Vliet podcast?
Depends on who the guest is.
Exactly. Recently, he posted. Kind of recently, he posted an episode with Dan Sauter and Will Sasso. They were doing WWE impersonations. Oh my god. It was the funniest shit I've heard in a long time.
Sasso was fucking hysterical.
Dude, like, they are...
Sasso do like a phenomenal Macho Man.
Yes, and like, not just that, like...
Ventura.
His Ventura is good. His Austin... I've heard a way better Stone Cold Steve Austin and a Ventura, from another podcast. Holy shit, his Andre the Giant had me fucking rolling. Like, the stories they were telling, and his Bret Hart. Like, when he does Bret Hart and Andre, like, especially Bret Hart, you'd be like, you think he'd be talking to Bret Hart. Or, like, when he does, like, Hulk Hogan, and he does, like, I never noticed, like, Hogan has some mannerisms when he gets, like, interviewed. You know, like, so I thought it was fucking hilarious. And these guys are, like, real fucking wrestling fans. Because they were even saying, like, oh, they wanted us to come out and promote, like, the Three Stooges movie. And I was like, why? This is stupid. We don't want this. Fans don't want this. I don't want this because I'm a fan. This is dumb. We want wrestling. So, like, he was even aware of some of the dumb shit they were making him do. But, oh my God, it's great, though. Like, give it a listen. It's fucking hilarious. It's not like any of his other interviews. It just sounds like... I could only imagine. I feel like they were probably doing the impersonations and shit like a good hour before they even started the show, because they were already dying and laughing when it started rolling. And when they decide to actually stop rolling, I have no idea. But like I said, he does them all. Macho Man, like you said, he does a lot of stories, and that's how he does a lot of the impersonations. But the fucking Andre the Giant one. Oh, you want a peanut? Like, I was fucking dying. What's your favorite drink, Andre? I love wine. Anyway, give that a listen to. I have been hearing some rumors about potential return of some wrestlers. Now, we know they let go a lot of tag team wrestlers, and there's a rumor going around they're looking to revamp and restructure the tag team division. I think that's kind of funny. After you fired a bunch of them, now you're looking to hire some.
Yeah. Well, that's like wasn't it also said that they wanted to work with what they had in-house?
Yeah.
Like, work with the talent that you had in-house, all the multitude of teams that you already have. Mm-hmm. So how does this in-house? Because it feels very, 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 very out-of-house.
Yeah, I mean, there was at one point we had the Motor City Machine Guns, we had the Lucha Bros, and New Day all under one roof, and they never had a match against each other. It's some sort of fantasy match you would have booked years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, the rumor is that FTR, their contract is up soon in AEW. And who knows if they might come back. The last time we saw FTR, they were working with Randy Orton. We almost got FTRKO, which would have been fucking awesome. Then they were feuding with the New Day. I think it was the New Day about shaving their back. And they were caught in the shower shaving. Do you guys remember those storylines? God. So yeah, they didn't have it all that good towards the end of their run here at WWE. So hopefully if they do come back, they utilize properly. But the big one, Enzo Amore has been seen at the Performance Center. Right?
Oh, Mamma Mia.
And Big Cass's AEW contract is almost up. How do you guys feel after 8.5 years of us getting soft again? SAWFT. Soft.
I could go another 8.5.
You can go, really? Oh, man.
I'd be down for it.
I'll tell you what. I was always a huge fan of Enzo on the fucking mic. When you gave the microphone to Enzo, it was fucking golden. That WrestleMania 33 entrance was fucking lit. The crowd just, they have something. They have the music, they have the catchphrases, they got the crowd. You know, Enzo, you just give him that fucking microphone. And even to the point, Enzo's, like, toward the end of his career before he got fired, he was Cruiserweight champion. And he kind of made the Cruiserweight division, like, noticeable again. That's back when I'm talking when the Cruiserweight title was the purple belt.
405 Live.
The 205 Live.
205 Live. That's
Yeah. That was, you know, right as Enzo left, it went downhill. Like, having Enzo with the title, having somebody who can actually cut promos, you know, was always great. Now Big Cass, we know, I think Big Cass had alcohol problems. Was that his issue?
Like that, yeah.
Some sort of issue like
some
that.
Addiction related issue.
You know, hopefully he's worked that shit out. Big Cass, man, the guy's over 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. You know. So I don't know how you guys feel, Trey. Were you ever a fan of Enzo and Big Cass? Did they leave right around the time you started watching again? What's up?
Damn, Wayne, that's when you ask how you doing.
How you doing?
So they came along during the time when I was not watching.
Okay.
But I am aware of how over they are because I've seen the clips and the whole monologue sequence that Enzo did with the, you know, my name's Enzo Amore and I'm a certified G and you can't teach that. I'm familiar with all of it. So I'm aware of how popular and how over they were and their issues and such. But my take on this whole revamping the tag team situation is I'll believe it when I see it. Right now, I don't have a whole lot of faith in it because unlike the women's division where it's just one belt you have to worry about focusing around, with the men, you got 2 of them. Mm-hmm. So how the fuck are you going to... So that's double duty. If you're going to revamp the tag team division, you got to revamp it for Raw and revamp it for SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Or you need to consolidate those 2 belts into one, which is what I would do. And have a single belt. But also, in addition to that, as we already touched on, the fact that they have already fired a bunch of tag teams or lost a bunch of tag teams. They let go of Motor City Machine Guns, never really gave them a good chance as far as I'm concerned. They came in, immediately won the titles, lost them later, and then wandered in mediocrity for a year. And then you allow one of your legendary tag teams to walk out the door because you want to get cheap on them. So that leads me to believe that if they are going to try to revamp this tag team division, they're going to do just that. They're going to try to do it on the cheap. And by working with in-house talent, as they say, I think they're going to try to do the same thing that they just did with the women's division. Now, granted, with the women's division, it worked. and the tag team division is probably, for a while there, was the best as it's ever been. But I get the feeling that what they're going to do is they're going to take a bunch of mid-card talent that ain't doing shit, and maybe a handful of people who aren't busy enough, who they don't have anything for in the main event scene, and they're going to partner them up together and make them run tag teams. The big names will draw your attention to the division, because you'll have big names like a Randy Orton or a Drew McIntyre or somebody. And these guys will be getting mixed up in the tag team division, so they'll draw the eyes in off the names. And then you'll have all these other people just thrown together, so that way people who ain't doing shit have something to do, and that'll be your tag team division. But that'd be my guess on how they're going to go about doing this. And whether that's going to prove to be successful or not, we'll see. But I can't say I'm excited for it one way or the other. And if they do bring back Enzo and Cass, it'll be just like they did now with the Bellas. Bring it back for a cheap pop, give them a little quick run, and fans will be over it in like 2 months or less. And then they'll be right back to Nothingsville.
No, well, I
just don't have a whole lot of I just don't have a whole lot of faith in WWE's creative right now to give it any type of sustained run. I think they'll build it up right now because they got 2 nights of SummerSlam they need to fill out. So they need to figure out some tag team shit to put on that damn card. So yeah, they'll probably invest in it for the next few months. Let's see what the tag team division looks like in the fall.
Well, Tyler, bada bing, realist guys in the room. How you doing? How you think about them? Enzo coming back after being gone for 8.5 years. Do you think there are fans who want Enzo and Big Cass back right now?
I think there are. Like you said, there was something there. It was a potential lightning in the bottle moment, and I think it just unfortunately ended way too soon. So I think I think there's a lot of people out there that are still remember them. They're still familiar with them, and they might need a little waking up, waking up as far as like what the old catchphrases and everything were. But it would be cool to see them back in the ring again, and maybe wearing championship gold one day, whether it's 2 belts or 1. Who knows? Maybe they can capture it all. But it would be really cool to see them. And then I don't know. They, in reference to everybody that got laid off, like there were a lot of people that could have made potentially good tag teams if you want to keep it in house. And unfortunately, we won't get to see that happen. But maybe we can make something with what's left. I don't know. American Alpha Academy or whatever they were, Otis and Tozawa, they've been a tag team for forever now. You've had the chance to use them this entire time. So, why haven't you? Why is it now of all times? I don't know. There's still a lot of questions I have that haven't been answered, but different time.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for seeing them back. I just, when and where, when you do bring them back, do you bring them back to the main roster? Do you put them on NXT? Dre, I totally agree. With our tag team division shrinking more and more, we should just fucking merge the titles, have one set of titles, just like they did with the women's tag titles. And that's the one all be all set of tag titles. We just don't have the manpower. Literally don't have the manpower for it to do 2 titles. Hell, we can barely keep the ones. We had to swap out somebody. Which, by the way, so let me get this straight. So Logan Paul is legit hurt. So Logan Paul we used the Freebird rule, basically. And Braun Breaker stepped in. Cool. Awesome, right? But then R-Truth supposedly is injured, right? And Damian Priest didn't have to find another tag team partner at all. I was like, you know what they should do? This would be the opportunity to put Damian Priest and Austin Theory together. Oh, because you guys are both tag champions. We'll put you together since both your tag team partners are injured. And we're just going to merge these fucking titles together. There you go. I solved it, guys.
What do you know?
Man.
It worked out.
Yeah, literally. I don't know though if R-Truth has a legit injury or if it's just kayfabe, per story. But I just thought that was funny. I was like, wait, so like both tag teams have somebody out? I'm like, what the fuck? Just fucking put them together. Problem solved. I was like, what the fuck? Shit.
That's a terrible idea, even by WWE standards.
It is, but I was just thinking, like, come on, right? Like, yeah, you're missing a half of both of these. Yeah. Once again, saw Sami Zayn backstage this week slapping water bottles. So, if you're a water bottle, you are not safe backstage. That's as aggressive as Sami Zayn has gotten with his character. And Cody got jumped this week by Gunther. So, as things normally go, when Cody gets jumped next week, he'll come out in a tracksuit. So, next week we'll get we'll get tracksuit Cody.
Son
right?
of a bitch.
Yeah, you guys are laughing because you know I'm fucking right. You're not going to get 7-piece suit Cody.
I swear to God, his playbook better not be that predictable.
If he comes out in a tracksuit, I swear to God, you guys are going to be dying. Like, he's just going to come out, he's going to be angry about Sami Zayn, he's going to be angry about a couple things.
Like, this motherfucker.
He's going to be kicking the lower rope, you know what I'm talking about? Lisp all over the place. Yeah. People try to come down the ring, calm him down, doesn't work.
Just let him throw his temper tantrum.
Yeah, what's his name? God, I'm blanking on the general manager. Adam Pearce. He's gonna come out. Enough.
Oh,
enough!
Aldis. It's Aldis. Oh, is it? Yeah, Aldis.
Enough. We'll say it like 30 times.
Yeah,
it's Aldis, so yeah, SmackDown.
Yeah, track suit Cody. Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes here because I'm gonna predict that. Yep. Tracksuit Cody.
Is that when he's in his like Arn Anderson, role?
Dude, I don't know. Him coming
out
in a suit in general just annoys me because I've said it before. I like heels wearing suits, not faces. I think heel wrestlers should wear suits, but whatever. I can't have everything I want.
To wear?
Facebook. That's when he can wear his tracksuits. But no, honestly, I always thought that the faces would wear. They would always wear their shirts. They would always wear their merch to try to push. And, that's what we'll get with Cody next week. He'll wear his fucking tracksuit and one of his shirts will be underneath that he'll rip off and throw it to the crowd or some shit, Right?
I always liked Cody in the suit. It's his thing. It separates him from everybody else.
I agree.
But he is the man of the people, apparently. So he is nothing like everybody else then. He's not a man of the people. Suits? I don't wear a fucking suit like he does. Shit. Tyler, when was the last time you wore your suit to work?
2 Mondays ago, we were having that ceremony. I don't know.
Like a jackass. You only wore a 5-piece suit, not like an 8-piece suit. Like
listen, I couldn't wait for my cummerbund to be done. Okay, I had to go.
Oh, I don't need a cane. I don't need a top hat.
I wore the cane and top hat. It was the cummerbund. I had to do it.
Yeah, monocle.
Yeah. I had all that. It was the cummerbund. I had to do it without.
God.
Pocket watch on the chain.
Yep. It's a train. It's a train. Steam locomotive.
Hey, Dusty Rhodes was a man of the people. He still stepped out in a fur coat every now and then.
Yeah, he wore some ridiculous shit every now and then.
Oh, yes. I just put on whatever had polka dots on, baby.
His coat reminded the one picture I remember seeing Dusty Rhodes in of a fur coat reminded me of the fur coat that Denzel Washington wears in American Gangster. It's just obnoxiously big and poofy, and it's like, why?
Because that was the look at that time.
Yeah, man. I mean, we have Becky and Seth Rollins, take after after that with outrageous outfits.
Both
The bigger,
of
the
them
better.
Both of those were set roughly around similar times, 70s.
Yeah.
Dusty's fur coat might have been maybe in the 80s, but still around that same time. So yeah, big puffy fur coats was the thing.
Big puffy fur coats. Well,
if you ain't up on this pimp game, just say so, man.
So,
Clash in Italy. Let's talk about it. I think this is the first time we're having a Clash in Italy. I think last year, what did we have?
Clash in Paris.
Clash in Paris.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Oh my god. When was that?
Forever and a day ago.
Oh, that was 2025.
That was back when God was.
Well, yeah, 2025. August 31st. Which we did cover an episode on that, most likely. That was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed for the Shula Fala. That's when he was stealing sneakers. You guys remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
The Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits with B-Fab. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the women's IC title, which is funny because Becky Lynch is also IC champ again this year. Rusev defeated Sheamus. I think that's Rusev's only win since he's been back. That was in the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. We had John Cena defeated Logan Paul. So one of these guys is retired and the other guy's out with an injury now. And then main event was Seth Rollins defeated CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Yeah! And a World Heavyweight title match, Fatal 4-Way. So that was last year. Clash in Paris. But, yeah, now we got, Clash in Italy. And, I was actually able to pull up the theme song for Clash in Italy. Here it is. Tyler, that was not the theme song, Tyler.
You're impossible.
I apologize. The official theme song is Locked In by Trippie Redd.
Oh.
That's with 2 Ds.
This fucking guy.
The Trip or the Red?
The Red. And the Trip has 2 Ps, Red has 2 Ds.
Okay. See, it's a good thing I asked that. Otherwise,
I mean,
I would have been led to TripAdvisor.
I asked you to pick the Clash in Italy theme song, and you even have it labeled stereotypical Italian music here on the oh god. But all the promos this week were really good. Leading up to Clash Italy.
No Italians on the show, by the way.
Not one Italian, but
not one.
We have multiple Italian champions. None of them on the show.
No. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hold on. I got to go into my family genealogy because we're from somewhere in Europe. I just haven't narrowed down the specifics yet.
So European.
Yep. On both sides.
Grab a bucket.
Or a potato. One of the two.
I got a little mashup of some of the promos leading up into this. Here you go.
Shut up with the noise! Hey, shut up with the shut up! You shut up with the shut up! Shut up your face! Now am I a dog? I want to shut up! Why you know I shut up? I make you shut up!
Classic.
And then there's that.
The promos this week have been spicy. So I was like, I might offend somebody tonight. I hope so. Fingers crossed. If I can offend one listener out there every episode, then I think I've done my job.
You're going for at least one letter in the email.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Dry Chicken. I did not appreciate your conduct on the show.
Oh.
Mr. Dry Chicken.
Oh, fuck me? No,
do
fuck
what I
you,
want.
pal.
Oh, buddy. Thanks for writing into the show, though. Oh, man. Me and Tyler still are on the on the boat about. No, I think we're pretty set. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the review of the SmackDown and Raw shows, but we're waiting for SmackDown to go back to 2 hours.
Come on already.
I know, because I refuse to stay up for 3 hours again and do SmackDown.
Listen, for the PCW universe, I would do it.
Hey,
to bring them the information that they need to know.
Oh, okay.
The reactions that
everybody
they need to hear.
Get ready for the gingerbread man funeral.
Fuck that.
So make sure you're wearing you make sure you're wearing your fucking suit, Tyler.
Fuck that. There was something you were saying at the beginning of the show too, and I was gonna be like, does it mean that we don't have to deal with the gingerbread man anymore?
No, he's dead. No more gingerbread. Hopefully, no more of that shit. Yeah, his funeral. He was rapped about.
He had X's for eyes.
He was rapped about.
His eyes were X's.
Hopefully it's done, man. Just give me, if you're gonna do silly dumb shit, just give it to me with Danhausen. Also, by the way, I'll bring that up. The Danhausen rumor is that we're getting. You know how he's doing these science experiments on the show, and he's going to be bringing back a bigger Danhausen clone. So last time we saw him with midgets. Fucking hysterical. Anything with midgets is hysterical, okay? At least by my standards.
Yeah, but they had just done that a couple of weeks before, though. They just did the same gag again, you know?
Well, I feel like...
something else.
Well, I think you had the midgets for short... no pun intended, but I think they had them for a short amount of time. So they went to, use them up. They had a very short contract,
You were
very
pushing
small
for it, man.
Very small contract for a short time. They only had tiny parts. They only had a little bit of screen time.
Guy, but I just they're gonna give me something. They're gonna and I love Danhausen. I think history has shown that. But it's just if you're gonna stuff them up our ass like they are, just do something different each time. He's had midgets. He's had little people twice now. Okay, give us something else.
Well, now we're gonna be getting a Frankenstein type, bigger giant, and the rumor is it's returning Baron Corbin. He deserves better. So I can imagine that fucking phone call. Like, hey Hunter, do you have anything for me? Can I come back? Can I work? We got
you ever heard of Danhausen?
We just let go of a bunch of people. We're not really looking to hire, but hey, did we find anybody for fucking Danhausen yet? No? Okay. Our truth is busy right now in the tag division. He has a belt. What? Yeah, we got something for you, Corbin. Just come into the office. Shave your face though. No reason. You still bald? Perfect. Yeah, come in. It'll be great. Sign a contract.
Jesus Christ, man. I agree with Dre in that it would be a severe underutilization of Baron. It would shit on everything that he did his first run in WWE, and that's no way to come back if you're going to go for a second run. What the hell? No. I don't know if that's going to be a segment that they're going to add at Clash in Italy, or is this just a SmackDown segment we're going to get, or Raw next week? Yeah. So it's... To Doyle's point, I think it would have been fun if they were throwing them at Velcro target boards. Just my opinion. Yeah.
Launching midgets. Midget tossing.
Yeah. Yep.
I was going to say, do you guys know who Beetlejuice is?
Yes.
I have thrown Beetlejuice.
What?
Okay, now I feel like he means a different Beetlejuice.
Okay, hold on. Let me write this in my show notes because I'm putting this in. Beetlejuice. I can't say it again because I don't want to summon him. But
who? Beetlejuice?
Different one.
Okay.
I also have a Polaroid picture of me in Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, we did discuss this one episode.
Oh but shit! Yes, we did.
I don't know if I recall you tell me you tossed him like a fucking midget.
Oh, I tossed him.
You tossed him? How much do you think he weighed?
He was heavier than I thought he would be.
Ooh,
He
let's
didn't go
Google
very
it.
far.
I do remember you telling
This
us
was
about that
also
and posting
25
the
years
video.
ago.
Yeah. I think wasn't he drunk in the picture you said you had that you posted?
Oh,
Well, he
Yeah.
looks drunk all the time.
Very drunk, very smelly, and not at all pleasant.
No.
Smell it. I like how you put that in there.
He was drunk?
He's only 4'3".
He
Oh wow.
stunk. He
Wow.
stunk.
Yeah, he look.
He's a
Did-
huge asshole.
Didn't take the after shower match, I see.
He's now 57.
Oh.
Still
Head
kicking.
with a guitar from
Jeff Jarrett.
Yes, Google that shit. If
Ate
you've never
it.
seen Beetlejuice get knocked the fuck out with a guitar, Google it.
That shit.
Yeah, it was good. I remember that. I remember his small little moment in, was that WCW or TNA?
Feels like that was a TNA moment.
Yeah, it might have been TNA. Because he was, well, I don't know. Like, Beetlejuice's peak, 1990s to early 2000s. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking WCW too. Yeah. God. You know, hey Tyler, do you know if you look in the mirror and say Beetlejuice 3 times, your parents can hear you in the next room?
Go the fuck to bed.
Same thing if you say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times.
That's your sister's tampon. Flush it and go to bed.
Anyway, he did include the picture of him in Beetlejuice. Oh yeah. He looked like he's about to pass out on you, man.
Yes.
Gosh, is that his autograph?
Yes.
Oh wow, you got an autograph.
Or a drunkly written scroll.
Oh wow. Yeah, so.
I think it pretty clearly says BJ.
BJ.
This is not the BJ I was looking for.
He's about the right height, though.
Yeah, 4'3".
Excuse me.
Tyler's fucking dying over here.
That was good. I'm alive.
So Clash in Italy. Yeah. So Clash in Italy. This weekend. It takes place on Sunday. I got used to the Saturday pay-per-views, and actually I felt spoiled. I kind of liked it. But this one's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be in the middle of
2 in the afternoon. I like that.
Yeah. 2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon pay-per-view.
Is it 2 or is it 1 o'clock?
2.
2? Okay. You could call this rematch in Italy instead of Clash in Italy, because all these matches are rematches. So, possibly 2, maybe 3 that I'm looking forward to. Even storyline that I'm looking forward to. Some of these. Hey, but guess what? There's titles on the line. Every match except for the one.
They're all pretty hard. I think they're all pretty hard to call, though.
Really?
And I agree that I don't think the storylines are necessarily the greatest, but there's only one match that I feel pretty solidly confident when I pick it.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of intrigue here. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Well, let's fucking get into it then, shall we? Only 5 matches. Standard 5 matches. Cards subject to change. Maybe throw in a Danhausen segment. Fingers crossed. What would they start the pay-per-view with? Is this going to be another first hour is free? First match is free on ESPN?
Yeah, they've already said that.
It's going to be on ESPN.
Okay, what was
ESPN or
announced?
ESPN 2. And one of the matches that's going to be in the first hour is Cody versus Gunther.
Ooh.
And I think the other one is Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca. I think. But I know Cody and Gunther is in the first hour.
Yeah.
So chances are that'd be my guess to probably kick off the PLE.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right, let's get into Cody versus Gunther. Cody being the undisputed WWE champion.
The Brock Oba match is the other. Brock Oba is the other ESPN match.
Okay.
Is it? I didn't think they would do that back to back.
I guess.
Well, they are, according to the interwebs.
Brock, if he don't open, he better close. So, I could. Yeah, I don't know about that because Roman's on the card. Anyway, well, I'll just go how they have him listed here. Cody Rhodes, WWE Undisputed Champion versus Gunther. Now, we've seen this match before, recently, with Gunther and Cody. They were both champions at the time. It was one of those Saudi crown jewel, I believe, matches for one of those titles that we only see once and then never again. So this is kind of like revisiting this feud here. I love the momentum Gunther has had the past, I don't know, ever. Gunther's just always had momentum. Gunther's momentum really just never stops. It'll take a pause, or what they'll do is they just take Gunther off TV for a while. You know, we did say Gunther versus Seth Rollins at Mania kind of just didn't make sense, but we got it anyway. And it kind of, I feel like it worked its way up to this. He needed that W to keep that momentum going, just to keep him up there. But yeah, put him right up against Cody this time. Gunther doesn't have a world title. Now he's actually going for a title. This is tough. This is a tough call because the safe bet would be Cody, right? But with the momentum Gunther has had, being the unstoppable fucking beast, putting sleepers on motherfuckers, they make him look extremely strong at the end of the shows. Everybody would love to see him make Cody tap or pass out. I mean, can you change a title from somebody passing out, or does it have to be? Yeah, I guess you can, right?
I believe Cody, it's pinfall or submission.
Yeah. So I mean, we've seen submissions and stuff, but like just plain old knocking somebody out for the title, TKO. I mean, that's a very good possibility. I don't see anybody interfering in this match. Maybe the return of Randy Orton, kind of giving us a fucking reminder, and Cody a reminder that he's still here somewhere. I could see Randy Orton. Why not, man? Take a trip to fucking Italy. That'd be a cool vacation, right? Come in, make an RKO appearance, and then you're out. Just to reignite that feud with Cody. But Cody's gotten a win over Gunther once, and I feel like he's going to do it again. There's a very small list of guys who've gotten a win over Gunther the past few years. Cody's on that list. And I just think for the rest of the summer, I think they're going to keep the title on Cody. That's my prediction there. Yeah, Doyle, I hear some grunting over there, man. As much as I love to fucking see Gunther with that title,
yeah.
I feel like they're gonna keep it on Cody, the golden boy, the pony boy. What are you thinking, Doyle?
Yeah, unfortunately, I tend to agree with you. I do want to clear up one thing. I gave some bad information a few moments ago. I almost said Jade and Rhea as the other ESPN match, not Oba Brock. I fucked that up. I apologize. Anyway, I think this is a right time for Randy to come back. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since WrestleMania, right? And there's only really a couple reasons for that. Either he's really injured, in which case I guess we won't see him back. But otherwise, I think they're gonna do this rematch at SummerSlam maybe. And that match only works if Cody is still the champion. Gunther, on the other hand, that's the big belt, the undisputed belt, is really the only thing he has left to do that he hasn't done before. And I think eventually he will get that belt, but I don't think it'll be this time. Because I think Cody will come back, and I think we're gonna see Randy Orton come back and cost or get the match thrown out maybe, or cost Gunther specifically, with the sights on, because I want to beat Cody for the belt. But I think it'll stay on Cody. I would love to see Gunther with the belt, but I think it'll stay on Cody.
Yeah. All right, Trey. What do you got?
Excuse me. Cody is keeping the title. I don't know whether they're going to give him a clean pin over Gunther again, because I think they do kind of want to keep Gunther strong. And if he just steps up, challenges, and then immediately loses, there's nowhere for him to go. And it's going to be much harder for him to drag out and buy time between now and SummerSlam. So I kind of agree with y'all that we probably there's a good chance we could see Randy Orton return and result and lead to this match either being a no contest or lead to this match being a DQ finish one way or the other, with Cody still remaining champion, which will then set up a triple threat match of some sort between Cody, Randy, and Gunther at, I don't know, some Saudi show or Money in the Bank or whatever. But either way, Cody's walking out champion.
Okay. All right, Tyler, that leaves you. What say you?
I'm going to go with the masses on this one. I do think there are other plans afoot. It'll only just be a matter of time before we see them. It hasn't felt like a real feud or anything like that between Cody and Gunther. Like, I haven't been able to buy into it for 1 second. But despite all of that, I think it's going to be a very physical and brutal match. I think they're going to do their best, and I think Cody's going to win. Might take like a couple crossroads at the end, but I think that's how he'll do it.
Okay. Alright, so we're all kind of on the page with that. Nice. Very nice. Very nice, fellas. Alright. Next one they have here is Rhea Ripley, the current WWE Women's Champion, versus Jade Cargill. Again. So, WrestleMania rematch. Running it back. I expect interference from 4 different women. Not just 2. Not 1. 4 women. I expect interference. Why? I feel like they're all over there anyway for the tour. Why not use them, right? You know that's what they're going to do. You know we're going to get B-Fab and Michin are going to come in there, and then, oh my god, who's going to come out and help them? They're distracting the ref, and it's not fair for Rhea. Oh my god, Rhea has backup. Who is it? Charlotte and Alexa, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most likely. They teamed up recently and lost. It's just, of course. With that said, I feel like we're gonna get a shit finish, but I feel like Rhea is going to pull off the win here. I don't think they're ready to put the title back on Jade yet, especially considering she just lost it. I really don't feel like they're going to put it on her just yet. And I don't think Jade's going to be the one to take the title off Rhea. I think Rhea might hold on to this all summer. I mean, come on, man. She's like one of the most over champions right now. So, as a face. So, I see Rhea retaining. Definitely interference, but that interference is going to play in her favor. Doyle, what say you?
I said, I've really only felt confident picking one of these matches. This is it. I think it's Rhea. I think, if for no other reason, I think it's beyond obvious that they're setting up Rhea, Charlotte. What is this? 3, 4, 5? I don't know. But I think that's where they're going. It looks like it. And if for no other reason, that's why I'm going to pick Rhea. I do think Jade has finally maybe turned a little bit of a corner, though. She looked good in the 6-woman tag they just had. And her match at WrestleMania was probably the best match certainly she's had in WWE, if not her entire career. And the only other one I can even think of was her last match in AEW against Statlander, which was really good. I would love to see Jade maybe switch brands if we're going to do that again soon. I think she might be fun if we're going to have this female-centric Judgment Day. I think Jade and her crew against the Judgment Day female kind of crew might be a fun feud. And I could see her beating Liv a little more easily than I could see her beating Rhea or Charlotte. So yeah, this is, like I said, the match I feel most confident about, and I think Rhea's going to win.
Awesome. Dre, what say you?
Rhea's winning.
Okay, cool. Tyler, what's next? No.
Ain't really much to say about this match. I mean, they're not going to put the title back on Jade yet. I think they're running this back because they just don't have anything else to do with either of them at the moment. Continue with the storyline on. Rhea doesn't have any real challengers other than Jade and Charlotte. They're probably saving Rhea and Charlotte for SummerSlam, so Jade challenges, Jade loses. We'll see what happens from here. I do think it's a good idea that what you brought up, Doyle, that Jade probably does need a change of scenery, and she probably could do better over on Raw, challenging over there, because clearly they ain't got jack shit for Liv Morgan to do apparently since WrestleMania.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I mean, it sucks to be so down on everything, but yeah, shit is just really fucking boring on the main roster right now. This show, as you said from the beginning, it's rematch city, so and I don't see them doing any rematches with any different outcomes. They're just running them back for the sake of fucking running them back because you're playing 3 fucking PLEs in a one goddamn month.
Yeah, we've had a lot of wrestling in the past month.
It doesn't give you time to try to develop new storylines or anything. The only thing you can do is take the same storylines and just drag them out longer, or maybe throw in a little wrinkle here and there, or switch it up. But ultimately, nothing of significance is going to change or come out of any of these storylines, in my opinion. So, yeah, Rhea's going to win again.
Tyler,
are people ever going to get tired of Rhea Ripley?
No, never.
Absolutely not.
Just like me, I'll never get tired of Liv Morgan. I'll never get tired of Charlotte Flair. Yep.
Did you ever get tired of The
People
Undertaker?
People got tired of both of them.
Oh.
Did you ever get tired of The Undertaker?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I did.
That's why he became the American Badass.
Yeah.
No, he became the American Badass because he retired the Dead Man, and the American Badass.
Because the Dead Man got stale, and people were getting tired of the whole Dead Man thing. It wasn't working like it worked in the early '90s. It was time for something to change. That's my question for Rhea. Is like, Rhea's pretty much been on a babyface run since Judgment Day, and since pretty early on, and pretty much since what was that, WrestleMania 39 when she faced Charlotte Flair. First time, and for the SmackDown Women's title, she's pretty much been on a nonstop babyface run since then. Most people don't get that long of a babyface run. At some point, usually people start to kind of get tired of you. Things tend to start to get a little bit stale, and people are like, "Okay, it's time for something different." And that does not seem to be the case with Rhea. So I'm just wondering, like, are people ever going to get tired of her, or are they just going to forever simp for goth mommy?
Forever simp for goth.
It's just kind of a shame because she is a great heel.
Yeah.
Right. She can clearly do both. Fans just apparently have no desire whatsoever to boo her.
Not yet. Until you find a face bigger than her for her to crush.
Sophia.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a bigger face. You know what it's going to take? It's going to take her turning it on EO. That's what it's going to take. Her going
like
to
the only thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably like the only thing she could do. They could get fans to boo her is if she turned on EO. But
yep,
they're on separate brands right now.
Yep. So maybe they're saving that for that. that's in the back
another one
pocket.
that's like eventually they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe if they
break glass in
bring
case
back
of emergency. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they separated them just as a way to bring that whole thing to an end. I don't see them going back to the Rhea Io thing anytime soon or anytime at all. I think they separated them.
Well, I think they had baked in history before they were like an on-screen pairing. So I think that's I think you can go back to that well whenever you want.
Right.
Because the whole Rhea's never beaten Io thing.
Right. And I agree. They will revisit it someday. I just don't think like it's not something that they're going to touch back on in like 6 months. Right. I think it'll probably be maybe like at least a year or two before we'll see them cross paths again. Right now, it just seems like Rhea's like the Stone Cold of the women's division. And just a permanent babyface that nobody wants to boo.
And as much as we talk about, and I do enjoy the quote-unquote long-term storytelling, sometimes you get to a point where it's like, why don't you just fucking do the match already? Why do we need to drag this out for 2 years or whatever, Because then maybe they're ready to do it and somebody gets hurt. And then, okay, so in 6 months we'll do it. Oh, and then somebody else is hurt. And then in 6 months, somebody else left the company. And then you never see the fucking thing.
Oh, like,
yeah, right, sure. Or fucking just breaking up the Street Profits or, anything. A lot of these things. It's just like, why wait on some of it? I understand the value in some of the things, but sometimes it's just like they're just waiting for the dragging shit out for the sake of dragging it out. And it's like, why not show it to us fucking now? And all of these people are getting older.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
At some point, you got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, you got to do it.
At some point, you should get off the pot.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit, or get off the pot, Tyler, tell us why you think Jade Cargill is going to win the title.
Oh, for a multitude of reasons, really. It starts off with absolutely not. Are you high? It's going to be Rhea.
Yes, I
am. Agreed. Anyway, I believe Rhea's going to win it. This is still another one of those stories that has not been able to draw me back in. I mean, I'm not like I'll watch it, but like I'm not. I don't know. I'm not amped up on this match at all. I'm not sold. I'm just ready for it to be over for real. But I think it'll be a physical match. Obviously, you're gonna have interference, from Michin and B-Fab. There's gonna be obviously somebody that stands up for Rhea Ripley. Who, how, when, where, I don't know. But I think it'll be a better match than what they've had in the past. To touch on what Doyle and Dre have alluded to, Cargill has gotten better in the ring. It's slowly shown over the weeks since WrestleMania. So, it'll be more interesting a little bit, but Rhea walks away with the win. Keep the belt on her, keep things nice and quiet, and get everything ready in the background.
Cool. All right. Moving along here. All right. We got Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. For those people who are like, what the hell?
What is that?
It's a Tribal Combat.
Wayne, can you please tell me what Tribal Combat is?
Tribal Combat, it's just like Bloodline rules.
Which is?
It's like a anything goes match.
Oh.
Or like an Extreme Rules match.
I think it's like a street fight.
Or like maybe like a no holds barred match.
Okay. I'm starting to get a picture here, but with like tribal accent.
Yeah, so what is a tribal?
Like a good old fashioned Donnybrook.
Okay.
I guess, right? It says, that there'll be certain... You would think there'd be certain types of weapons, but, like, what kind of weapons would you put for tribal combat?
A spear.
A spear. Okay, Tyler. There you go. Spear. Dre, what would you bring? This man brought a fucking spear to the ring.
It's a tribal combat.
Tribal combat. Shield?
Not even going down this racial rabbit hole with y'all.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, so what else would
we save face. Dre's automatically the winner.
I'm like, they had a bloodline rules match, didn't they? At one point, wasn't it with Jay and
Jay
Roman?
and Roman?
Yeah, was there any? There was no interesting type of weapons used, was there? I mean, they always
a no DQ match.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just.
Hasn't tribal combat changed? Like, wasn't the first one like no one can interfere in this, even though everyone and their mother interfered in it? Wasn't
I'm
the point that it was like just. I think it was Jay and Roman, wasn't it, or was it Solo and Roman?
It was Jay.
I'm gonna look into it.
Was the first tribal combat?
Weren't they like? They were like. It was supposed to like tribal combat was supposed to mean no one could interfere, wasn't it?
I think so. Everybody did. Did everybody interfere? I'd have to look that up. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I do. That does sound familiar. That nobody could interfere.
Yeah. If Bloodline Rules match is his WWE is a heavily chaotic no disqualifications match, blah 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 blah. Where interference from allies is not only expected but central to the match stipulation. No disqualifications, there are no countouts or DQs, so we know that. Run interferences, allies and family members are permitted to freely interfere and help out in the ring without the match being thrown out. Origins concept originated from the real-life dominant The Bloodline faction led by Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. It is usually invoked by the high-stakes championship feuds when members of the Bloodline continuously use their numbers advantage to attack their opponents. They had it in the video game. That's right.
Excuse me.
And what 2K game had that?
25?
Maybe had oh wow, similar to boss battle, players can strategically call out up to 3. That is the 2K that I have. I just never play that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so
because I think you try getting into it, and then it takes you on the history of the Bloodline before you start getting into like today. Remember?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when that match was with Jay and I think you said it's Jay and Roman. Yeah. It may have been like early, beginning of the year.
First one was Jay and Roman. SummerSlam 2023 was the first one.
Ooh. Okay.
Then the second one was Roman versus
it was
Solo.
No disqualification and no count out. The only way to win was pinfall submission. It had to be sanctioned by the elders, and as family tradition forbade outside interference.
Right.
Okay.
And that quickly went out the window rules. Because drama and overbooking versus actual rules.
Yes, Jimmy interfered almost immediately, and Solo interfered also.
Right. I was gonna say it's like
Jimmy turned on Jay.
Right, because he cost Jay the match.
Yeah.
He kind of turned on Jay and cost Jay the match because he didn't want Jay to become Roman if he became the tribal chief.
Yeah, then by the second time Tribal Combat came around, the framing had shifted to no rules, pinfall, or submission. Winner is Tribal Chief. Interference is openly expected.
Right. So like who
versus Solo?
Okay, so who could we expect to interfere in this type of match besides Jimmy and Jay are an obvious given, right?
Well, I think the real question would be who would step in. Who would want to step in on Fatu's behalf?
Really nobody. I don't think he has friends on either side of the bloodline. I mean, Solo don't seem too fond of him right now, but they are also their numbers game is very low considering they got 2 guys let go.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I could see that, but
I mean, the ones that matter are still there.
Yeah, right. But like I don't know if Solo was looking to rebuild his bloodline, then I would think he would come to Jacob's aid. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who else we get. Or a debut of another Samoan.
I was going to say, wasn't there one...
Zilla,
yeah.
I keep hearing that.
There was rumblings of him for a while. And this was about the time that they...
Forever.
Yeah, I think I really started hearing him, though, at about the time that they signed Hikuleo. and he became whatever. I don't know. I just know he was the tallest dude by far. Yeah.
You mean the Tala of the Tongas?
Tala Tonga.
The Tala of the Tongas. Yeah. I don't know. I get lost in the names because everybody's some kind of Tala, Tama, Tonga, Nanga, Daga. I don't know.
Well, he's the easiest one to remember. He's Tonga, and he's taller than the rest of them.
They're gonna need to put numbers on their like jerseys or something.
That'd be hilarious.
Anyway,
here come thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3 running down to the ring for interference.
Zilla Fatu is only 26, by the way, so that guy is very young. Currently, right now, he wrestled in, Fatu also wrestled for the AEW World Championship at Hogs No Turning Back, but it was defeated by MJF. Okay, so February 2026. He also worked at TNA Slammiversary 2025 pre-show. So I don't know if he's really signed with anybody. He might be just a free agent. Huh. We'll see, I guess. I mean, anyway, back to this match. I'm going to scroll all the way back here because I'm getting deep. I went deep in the rabbit hole of what the hell
Zilla is?
No, this match. Yeah. This type of match we're getting, tribal combat, because it's not Bloodlines match, it's a tribal combat. And, how did he know about that?
I wonder. I almost wonder too.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was funny. That was as funny as the Tongan death grip or whatever. Like, how does he know about that move? You're never supposed to use that move. Wait, what are you in a bar against 8 guys? I just couldn't. I couldn't. How? And then the.
That's shit you say if Sami Zayn breaks out the Tongan death grip.
Right, exactly. But when they're about to fire Jacob Fatu the other night on SmackDown, right? Roman comes out, Roman beats on him or whatever, and or was it Raw? He beats on him and then he's walking out. He goes, now you can fire him. But then he's like, tribal combat. He's like, oh wait, hold on, don't fire him. We gotta have a match now. Because he said tribal combat.
Adam Pearce like, no.
And I have to put my title on the line because he said tribal combat. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso was going, so that's all I had to do? That's all I just had to yell tribal combat and I would have got a world title shot this whole time?
But he also would have got dog walked.
Yeah, but still, this whole time, that's all I needed to do. WrestleMania, I could have just been like, tribal combat. I got it first dibs.
It's like showing up with the 24/7 title.
Yeah,
he's got a referee with you. He's got a referee with you, and you say tribal combat, and then you just pin him real quick.
You know what? I wonder. Do you have to be Samoan though to do tribal combat? Because can Sami Zayn do tribal combat? Can
anybody?
Can anybody?
Kazawa come in?
Could Naomi do tribal combat?
Could Samoa Joe do tribal combat? Could I yell from the crowd? Hey, Roman! Hey! He looks over at me. Tribal combat, bitch. As he beats my ass
Santino
like a Cherokee drum.
2.0 is born.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, as much as Jacob is going into this with the head of steam that he has, I think he's gonna do some fucking awesome spots. I think there's going to be a great table spot. There's going to be a holy shit moment. But Jacob Fatu ain't winning this title. Not yet. They're going to keep that title in the OTC. Just like they're going to keep the title on Cody Rhodes. These are 2 safe bets. We're going to Italy. We're going to have fun. But most of these people are coming back with their fucking titles. I don't think there's going to be any title changes really on this card. And this is definitely one that I can guarantee you is in the can. Roman Reigns. Doyle.
I could not disagree with you more.
What? Bobbity boopy, go ahead.
Look, I don't think I'm the only one that thinks the product has got a little stale lately, a little, dare I say, boring.
What?
And I think a fucking great big way to maybe throw that all into chaos is to put this belt, take it off of Roman and put it on Jacob Fatu. I mean, look, we've already seen. I mean, Roman's a guy, you love him, but he's also one of these guys that's kind of running out of new stuff to do. We've seen him build up his family, win everything, get too cocky, get turned on, take down solos, rival people, put them down also. What if, we haven't mentioned this whole added stipulation about like Jacob has to serve Roman or something if he loses, right? And I guess likewise, Jacob would be the tribal chief. Like, that's a total zig from this bloodline story, a way to keep it going. I mean, talk about golden goose. The bloodline story has been the golden goose for the last, since the pandemic. And maybe Heyman was right when he said we were in the third inning a couple years ago. Maybe he was right. But I don't know. Maybe he has plenty of stories built in with the Uzos. Maybe Solo and his crew, if you wanted to go back to that. An unhinged, crazy, foaming at the mouth WWE champion, I think would really inject some much needed breath of fresh air into the product as a whole. I mean, I think, rising tide lifts all ships. I think that just makes everything more interesting just by proxy. I kind of feel like this won't actually happen, of course, but I'm trying to manifest it. Is that what the kids say? Manifest. I'm going to manifest it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Jacob Fatu.
Ballsy, man. All right. I like it, though. I like it. Can't all agree on something. Dre, now I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Break the tie.
Doyle, you do make a very strong and compelling argument for Jacob Fatu becoming champion and tribal chief. And yes, I agree. It would absolutely inject some much needed fresh energy into a very dull WWE product right now. The problem with that is, like you said, a rising tide does lift all ships, but what it does not necessarily do is make money for the TKO overlords. Right now, they've got Roman Reigns on TV every week. That's money. There is not guaranteed or proven to be money in a Jacob Fatu World Heavyweight Championship run. There is not guaranteed to be money in Jacob Fatu Tribal Chief. As interesting as it could be, and there is an argument that interest brings in money, that ain't how corporations work. Corporations go with Old Faithful. And Old Faithful is keep Roman Reigns on TV as much as possible. So unfortunately, I ain't going to say unfortunately, Roman Reigns is going to retain. The other big reason why he's going to retain is, as we've been touching on throughout this entire preview, is SummerSlam. It could be very interesting, yes, to have Jacob Fatu become this champion and go on a reign of terror for the next 3 months or so, just raising all kinds of hell. And then Oba comes along as the big conqueror who slays this tyrannical beast at SummerSlam to become champion. That would solve one problem of getting the title off of him, but then he's still the tribal chief. So you'd have to then solve that problem of somehow getting the Ulufala back into the hands of Roman Reigns. One would think there's your long-term storytelling. He goes down in phases and all that stuff. Again, sounds so interesting. Sounds great on paper. Sounds like something that if WWE was still a privately owned company that they would absolutely do because they know that would get motherfuckers interested in the product. But this is not your daddy's WWE. This is a corporate-owned entity that is all about the bottom line, and the bottom line says Roman Reigns. So, unfortunately, and this time I do mean unfortunately, unfortunately, Roman Reigns is going to retain. And then they'll just have to figure out how to keep his title reign interesting to SummerSlam, whereas they might not have to work so hard if they went down the Jacob route.
Okay. All right, Tyler, tell me how you think somebody's going to come in with the Money in the Bank briefcase and cash it in. Well, and we're going to be like, dude, that makes no sense. Yeah. Have you even been watching wrestling?
I don't know necessarily that that's what's going to happen. But I have heard very, very, very compelling arguments from all three of you gentlemen tonight. And I just have to say that for, I don't know, the first time that I can remember, I think Doyle and I actually agree on something. I mean, other than the first two matches, like those first two matches were just like, you know, easy layup shots. But this right here, yeah, I'm rolling with Doyle on this one. I think Jacob's winning it. How do you make a tribal chief? How do you tell the story of a tribal chief? You know, sure, he's had a lot of wins and a lot of triumphs. You know, except for with the one exception of Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. You know, but in every instance that Roman Reigns has been in every match that he's been in, never once has one match had the title and the Ulafala, I believe, at the same time. If we just touched on that earlier, I think that is just like the stipulation that Jacob gets the title and the Ulafala, and Roman has to acknowledge and serve him, or vice versa. That was the first one, right? So, I don't know, like, giving Jacob the title and the Ulafala, and seeing Roman, now that he actually has lost everything, really actually has lost everything, you know, I think that could, like, you know, easily stretch out through the summer, maybe into the fall. Who knows? Maybe you can hit WrestleMania with it. I think there's a lot of material there to tell a story with Jacob on the loose with the title, creating havoc, or maybe not. You know, maybe it's the opposite of what we think. But I think he wins, and we start a new era of World Heavyweight Championship under Jacob.
Cool. Awesome, man. We're gonna fucking find out.
Sorry,
I feel like I need to do something crazy off the hook, out of the blue, unexpected.
And I think that's
due for something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's like if you want to keep telling the bloodline story, I think that's like really the only angle you haven't touched on yet. Is Roman the only way you could do it and set it up for SummerSlam, if you're, you know, trying to keep the title on Roman or whatever, however you do, you could immediately have Roman turn right around, hey, tribal combat, let's run it back. And, you know, go from there.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could see him putting it right back on Roman in 3 months or 2 months or whatever.
Yeah, however long to that next PLE, you know, Jacob gets that little run in, and if they don't like it...
Well, the next PLE is probably going to be in 3 weeks at the rate they're going.
Well, yeah, I mean, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you use that time between Clash in Italy and SummerSlam to get a read on Jacob and how he's doing with the title and everything like that, and then you go from there. Hey, we don't like it. Pull the trigger. The match is at SummerSlam. Put it back on Roman. Hey, we like where we're at. We're seeing a lot of growth, a lot of new faces, whatever. You know, and that's as far as to what Dre alluded to. You know, that's the boardrooms and, you know, the meetings and all the fiscal bullshit that we don't see on TV. You know, for them to help make that decision. Hopefully it's Jacob. You know?
Hmm?
Fingers crossed.
So,
Fingers crossed. What's
then
up?
the questions would be this. You go with Jacob as the champion. You got a big Saudi show between now and SummerSlam.
Oh,
Where
is
do
he
you
clear
go
to
with Jacob?
is he clear to travel?
Who, Jacob?
Yeah.
That I don't know. He's been in Saudi before, hasn't he?
I
feel like they would look the other way for something like that.
I was gonna say
but either way, let's just go with the assumption that he can travel internationally.
Right.
What
if they let
match
the
are you
Usos
booking?
into Canada, they'll let anyone into anywhere.
Yeah, like what match are you booking with Jacob Fatu as world champion at that show?
Right. And that's, you know, that's the road not known, you know. I mean, look at what is there to do with Roman Reigns though? Because he's already seen and defeated everybody. You know, I think the same could easily be said for him. Who's left for him to try and take out? You know, at least. Sorry, go ahead.
LA Knight. I was gonna say LA Knight is the obvious one because he's been popping off at the mouth for a few weeks now because he can't mind his own damn business instead of bloodline business. So
True.
I mean, you could very easily just you know what, or like have a backstage segment, LA Knight mouthing off to Jimmy and Jay again, and then Roman just steps in. I'm sick of you talking and putting your nose in bloodline business. And boom, you go from there, and there's a match. It's been done before, but you can at least run that one back because it's been a while, and LA Knight's over as hell, so he'll get the pop, and they can easily build that up. That's at least one match you can very easily do. I don't know how you get to a LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu match.
I could see it that he steps to Jacob and he's like, "Hey man, look, all that shit with Roman and him with the title and running the bloodline, like that wasn't cool. We put a stop to that. Don't make us put a stop to you too." Like he tries to come off, nicely as LA Knight does.
Yeah, but LA Knight didn't put a stop to nothing. That's the problem.
What? Nobody really did.
LA Knight ain't put a stop to shit. So what reason does he have to even, unless he just, again, talking recklessly, like,
yeah,
you're the new
like that's always, like you said,
chief.
that's always been doing, so.
Yeah, if he just goes to Jacob and says, like, you're the new champ, you're the new tribal chief, don't become a new Roman Reigns, or else I'm going to have to yada yada. And Jacob, like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up before I dog walk your ass.
So there are avenues for, anything. I just think you get a little bit more possibility without Jacob because he hasn't seen everybody and defeated everybody the way Roman has. And I agree with that. I agree that as far as from storytelling, you have a much more open playbook that you can work with Jacob Fatu as champion, presumably. Right.
Problem is moving the needle, and you got some big shows that are going to need big name matches. And Jacob Fatu is popular, but he ain't that. He ain't Roman. He ain't on the level where he's just going to move the needle just because of it's him.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
And whereas Roman Reigns, he's moving the needle. I'm pretty sure they've enjoyed. Obviously, the numbers aren't publicized, but I'm pretty sure Raw has enjoyed a nice little spike in viewership these last couple of weeks with Roman Reigns being up there every week. And Roman has already said that he's going to be here through the summer at least, and supposedly he's booked up through June to appear as well. I believe he's going to be on this. He should be joining WWE on this tour probably now, presumably. So is probably going to place him on at least the next couple of Raws, and while they're over there through the month of June. Is he going to be over there being subservient to Jacob? Maybe. Or is he going to be over there trying to rein in this beast that he now has subdued, but now still kind of has to forcibly make serve him?
Right.
In one way or another.
There's a sports car
we'll
going
see.
by. All right, you dopes. Let's move on to Becky Lynch, the women's Intercontinental Champion, versus Sol Ruca.
Match already?
No, we touched on Sol Ruca earlier.
Yeah, we touched on Sol Ruca earlier on Saturday Night Main Event.
Match, this is a rematch.
Yeah,
Why did
really.
we talk about Jacob before we talked about this match?
Because you need a buffer before the main event.
Yeah.
And this is our buffer, man.
That bathroom match.
Yeah, this is our buffer in the conversation. Fuck. So if anybody has to go to the bathroom during our podcast, now would be the time. Just keep it running.
Now that
in the background. Go to the bathroom. Anyway, I think this match will be pretty good, to be honest. I think as long as they get together, they need to communicate better when it comes to pulling off whatever the trying to get the Soul Snatcher done properly. They need to cut out the whole referee thing, because Doyle's right. Is this what we're leading to? Is I believe Sol Ruca gonna pick up the win here, and Becky's going to lose her shit against, if we have her as a referee, even Jessica Cara. But I don't think so. But that's definitely a route we could be going down. I feel like when Sol Ruca came to the main roster, she kind of went straight to the front of the line for the IC title. She it sucks because she's like didn't really earn it. She got it off of a DQ, and that there kind of tells me I don't think she's going to be winning the title just yet. I think if they were going to put the strap on her, they would have had her come with a good victory, maybe like a roll-up or I would say a good roll-up on Becky on SmackDown would have been a good way leading into this. But the fact that it was off of a DQ, no, makes me feel like we're going to get something very similar again. But I think we're going to get a really cool, if they connect it properly, a cool Soul Snatcher spot. And hopefully it just doesn't involve the referee again. Maybe that's the reason why it didn't work so fucking well. Doyle, tell me how right I am.
This is a tough one, man.
Yeah,
this is a tough one. I see this going maybe a couple different ways. First and foremost, though, I think this is our fourth championship match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got, by and large, most of us are picking chalk so far, right? So I think one of these titles has to change hands, right?
None of them changed it.
Obviously. What's that?
I would say none of them changed the Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, it was a Saturday Night's Main Event.
True.
I guess this is Clash in Italy. Yeah, I mean, I obviously really love Sol Ruca, but sometimes she looks like a future world champion, and sometimes she looks like she's been on the main roster for a month.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of shaky on the mic still, kind of shaky in some spots. I don't know if that's nerves. I don't know if it's just coincidence that she just happened to screw up a couple things a couple weeks in a row, and maybe we won't see her do anything wrong for 9 months straight now. I don't know. I often am one of these, it's too soon to put the belt on, too soon to put the belt. And I'm thinking that here, but it also makes no sense for her to lose her first big program on the main roster. As maybe too big for her britches, maybe it is. And I just, as much as I have loved Becky, I think there's not much more for her to do with the IC title either. And I would kind of maybe like to see her move on to something else. Maybe finally do this, as I've been talking about for months, this Jessica Carr match. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Sol Ruca, but I don't feel great about it. I agree with a lot of what Wayne said. That pretty much what you said would be why I would pick Becky if I were going to pick Becky. But like I said, it's a close call for me. This one's a real hard one to pick for me. I don't see why they would put Sol Ruca in this position to have her not win the title though. So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right, Trey, go ahead. Let it rip, Tater Chip.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think that they would bring Sol Ruca up to the main roster and just put her into a losing streak where she's lost every major match she's been in pretty much since joining. But at the same time, while she has looked good in some matches, like Doyle said, she's kind of fumbled in big moments where it's the finish or something that gets botched or something else that gets messed up. So I don't know if that's excuse me, I don't know if that's shaking their confidence in her or if they maybe think that maybe she does need a little bit more time before they actually decide to put a title on her, and that could result in Becky Lynch retaining for a little bit longer. I don't know. I would like to see Sol Ruca win this title at this show. But if I had to put money on it, I think they're going to hold off. And I think Becky is probably going to retain. I wouldn't be mad if Sol Ruca won. I'd be happy to see her win. But I think the last few weeks, the last few outings have made them hesitant to put the title on her immediately. And I think that's going to cause them to pause for a moment and keep the title with Becky Lynch for at least a little bit longer.
Tyler.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear it.
What are we hearing?
Let's hear your opinion.
Oh, that.
I guess.
Nobody's ever cared enough to ask. Well, thank you, sir. This one's very easy and straightforward. Soul, are you crazy? I again breaking trend with Doyle here. It's like we're a couple of rebels today or something. No, I do agree that, like Doyle said, Becky's run her course with the Intercontinental title. Time to move on to something else, and what better way to move on to something else than the something else, which is the match with Jessica Carr. Having the match end in a way where maybe it's an oversight that Jessica Carr didn't see, or some kind of a mishap that involves her and involves Sol winning the IC title. And then that's just it for Becky, and she just goes into this whole, long-awaited story of Jessica and Becky and how they used to be best friends and ate the same peanut butter and jelly and, went to school and everything. And then one day somebody took the other's rock or something and they haven't been best friends since. I don't know. Something like that, I would imagine. And then Sol, she gets to learn and grow and develop as an IC title, maybe because of, the miscues and the mishaps as of lately. I think a couple of them were footwear related, where she was slipping off of ropes, and I think that's what it is too. I think it's the type of footwear she's using. I think it's something that could be easily remedied with like a grip tape or whatever. As far as any other botches, I haven't caught them or anything like that. So I will I will resign myself from further comment on anything like that until said time. But, you know, what better way to move on with stuff that you've had sitting on the back shelf than by letting Soul win and Becky go rage on somebody else for a while?
Yeah.
Something like that, you know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Move along in here to what, you know, they have as the 5th match here. Who knows where it could be on the card. Honestly, it's the one that I'm hyped about. Again, it's the only rematch I'm hyped about. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Round 2. Obafemi versus retired Brock Lesnar. Round 2. How dare he face an old retired man?
Retired.
Y'all fell for that shit.
Whoa.
Hold on. I think I remember you saying some kind words about his career on the last episode.
But you know what?
I prefaced those kind words with the keyword "if."
But we did discuss
I very
how
much emphasize the fact that I thought it was performative and I wasn't buying it.
Right. Well, we did discuss how SummerSlam is in Minnesota. Or not Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah. So we talked about that too.
If we get through, because that was my whole thing. I was like, if we get through SummerSlam without a Lesnar match, then I'll believe it. But until then, I was withholding judgment. I remember saying that on social media, and motherfuckers jumped on my neck about that shit because I said it was performative. Oh man, respect the moment, man. Come on, man. It's not like that, man. Come on, man. Read the room. Yeah. Look at this motherfucker. Barely a month later, his ass is back on TV.
Now everybody's talking like, well, what I meant was
off stage for the rest of the summer. Do you guys believe that maybe at the time, because it was around the same time people were getting fired, or negotiations, contracts were coming up and they were being restructured? Do you think he did not agree with the restructure of his contract, and that's why that's why he up and left? Do you just think it was all play?
I think it was all play. I think it was part of the plan all along.
Okay. Well, with that said, Dre, with it being, not kayfabe being, well, I guess you could say kayfabe. Like it was
being
part
total
of
kayfabe.
Right. Part.
Yeah.
This is all part of the plan. This is all part of the plan. You see, these people, these fans, these marks, they believe that Brock Lesnar retired because he took off his gloves and put them in the ring. Fools! Everybody's just losing their minds.
This is great right now.
Yeah. So, I believe, with that said, that this feud is not over. I think we're going to get a 3rd match out of this. When? Don't know. Where? Don't know. Everybody could assume Minnesota, assume SummerSlam, but I feel like we have maybe some other plans, and we have a lot of other pay-per-views in between, so we have time. I don't think we should shelf Brock Lesnar. If this is truly what we're getting to, like maybe his last year, I don't think we're going to shelve him for majority of the year, right? We've got a couple other matches we want to see out of him with a few other wrestlers. So, if we're keeping the ball rolling from pay-per-view to pay-per-view to pay-per-view, because normally Brock takes a good hiatus after WrestleMania. After a big pay-per-view, he takes a good hiatus. He didn't. He was, like Dre said, this motherfucker retired and came right back to work the next week. Like, this guy's paycheck didn't even clear, and he's already back at work. And you know what, Tyler? I think it's funny because me and Tyler work for the same company. We had a coworker that retired and literally came back to work just to visit, like a week later.
Nuts, dude.
It was like, dude, didn't you retire?
Yeah,
go
like
the fuck.
A month later, I turn and he's standing there. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So maybe Brock just got tired of being up. What does he live up in the mountains with Sable?
No, he's probably out on a range.
On a farm.
Yeah, where he... if I remember correctly, he does... I think he does handle cattle. So they're more than likely out on like a flat piece of land.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is... excuse me. Where Brock Lesnar goes over. I from the beginning, I thought this was going to be a feud, not just a match. This is going to be a feud. Feud meaning there's going to be several matches. And I just, at WrestleMania, I believed that Brock would have gotten the first W. And I guess not. They did it with Oba. And it meant something. It was at WrestleMania. It was shocking. It totally meant something. I believe they made the right call. I totally do. When being decided who should win in this feud first. Going forward, it's gotta be Brock. Brock is gonna get that L back. I mean, dude, like this week he went in very strong. He laid the man out with 4 F5s, which was awesome. It was just one right after another. And the reveal too, Oba doing the pose and Brock Lesnar just coming out of nowhere behind him. And honestly, wouldn't that have been the best way after Brock Lesnar returned? Wouldn't that have been the best way to end the show? Because I believe we didn't end the show that way, but that's how you should have ended it. That's how you should have. God, then the crowd popped. The crowd fucking popped for it. And they were pretty smart doing that Oba Femi open challenge. He just beating a bunch of nobodies. And then somebody answered it, right? So, again, the only match on the card without a title. And it has the hype. Like it is the main event. Like people are just... And you know what's even funnier? It's probably going to be the shortest fucking match on the card. But it's going to be the one where we might all be talking about afterwards. So, Doyle, you as excited for Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar 2 Electric Boogaloo as I am? Or you muted? You're muted. You're embarrassing. Oh, there he goes.
Sorry. Sorry. Boomer. I think Brock Lesnar is disgusting, and I really don't ever need to hear or see him again. But that being said, whether or not I tend to agree with Dre that this was a work from the beginning, or whether or not it was a shoot or a work shoot, or they shot themselves into a work or whatever, I don't think it makes any sense. It does anything for anybody to have Lesnar come back.
That's funny.
Is that funny? Oh. I mean, he already put Oba over, right? Like, if he does it again, it doesn't multiply what already happened, So I think, I just don't think that makes this story doesn't make any sense, but it makes even less sense if Oba beats him again. I think Oba needs a little adversity. I think somebody was real bullish on, if Oba beats Brock Lesnar, what else is there for him to do? I want to say it was Wayne. I might be wrong about that. Heading into WrestleMania. And this is kind of a way to maybe correct that a little bit, because I think there was some logic in that line of thinking. I think this maybe kind of hits the reset button on Oba a little bit. They say part of the reason it's so hard to make a good Superman movie is because so few things are a threat to Superman. Maybe, and then sometimes that happens with some of these monster wrestlers. It's hard to keep them strong because, once they lose or once they, ascend to a certain point, there's no getting any higher. So I think it's a good chance maybe to reset Oba Femi a little bit. And, as we said, heading into SummerSlam, if they're going to drop this whole Gunther nonsense, career killer nonsense, I think that's a great place to have Oba officially retire Lesnar. And that would do him a fucking world of good. It still leaves you with where do you go from here? But I think that's a bridge they can jump off when they get to it. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, I don't think, for Lesnar to come back for this if he's going to lose. Which I hate, but I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. Dre, let's hear it, man.
Yeah, this is a match that didn't need to happen. And I'm even less enthused about it, given that LA Knight basically came out this weekend, announced that, basically confirmed for all of us that the King of the Ring tournament is coming back. Because as I said before, that's the direction I wanted Oba to go in post WrestleMania, was enter the King of the Ring, win the King of the Ring, guarantee his title shot at SummerSlam, Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam. Well, now that Brock Lesnar's put himself back into the fucking picture, that's all out the window because we're clearly not going to get that now because Brock Lesnar's going to win this match and then we're going to get the rubber match at SummerSlam, Oba versus Brock 3, where Oba should win definitively and go over. So fuck the interest in good plans in favor of the money plans. But in this case, the money plans I'm less excited for. I'm less enthusiastic about.
Yeah,
so yeah, Brock's gonna win this match.
Okay. All right. Tyler, tell us how you think Oba's gonna win again.
Well, you're actually right. I don't know. I think Brock has gotten excuse me, sorry about that. I apologize. I think Brock has gotten the upper hand by surprising Oba.
God damn it.
I think if it was more face to face like it was in the past, it would be a different story. I don't know. I mean, that's what I would like to see happen, but conventional to what I would like to see happen in the ways of the world around me, I don't always get what I want. I've already asked for 2 things that I probably won't get, so I will stick with Brock Lesnar winning the match.
Fucking sweep it.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I did keep track of everybody's picks. There were only 2 real matches there were slight disagreements on. But other than that,
we'll see who it weighs.
The Roman match and Sol Ruca. The world title
yes,
and the Intercontinental match, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Now, see, the question now is going to be, assuming that Brock defeats Oba Femi after this and then goes back to his fucking ranch for the next 3 months. What the hell do you do with Oba for the next 3 months now?
Go back to the open challenge.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know.
Open
I know.
Shit after he just lost.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense to put him in the King of the Ring tournament.
Oh yeah, that's coming up too.
Right.
The King of the Ring.
We don't have any idea when that even is, though, do we?
Yeah. I love how LA Knight comes out. I haven't been here in a while. Yeah. I'm going to be in the King of the Ring tournament. Yeah. And I'm just like, wait. Fucking what now? We're doing what? We're going to. I'm like, Durham. We're going to fucking.
Don't say anything about it. Like,
yeah, but they said it starts next week.
Yeah, I was like, dude, we're going to Italy, dude. Calm down.
I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that too. Like, I was like, dude, we're going to Italy. Calm down.
I think the matches start next week. So again, they're going to do this whole. I wish they would just fucking do it as one show like they used to.
Oh man. Yeah.
Tournament style.
Just one night.
Talk about if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Like what?
Either do it as a PLE, just one night, King of the Ring, that's it, or do it as a special episode of Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all been doing it with NXT and y'all doing it with AAA, where like these regular shows are special episodes. You know, NXT Gold Rush, which is basically PLE level on regular TV. Y'all can't do that shit on Netflix. Throw Netflix a bone, like, hey, Netflix Raw King of the Ring. Where for like, you know, the next week or this one special episode that's, you know, going to be a 3-hour show, it's all King of the Ring. Do it for 2 weeks. This week it'll be the men's King of the Ring. Next week's Raw will be the women's King of the Ring or the women's Queen of the Ring. That's 2 weeks of interesting, compelling TV that should draw a good crowd. You know, fuck me for trying to make sense for you people.
Yeah, I just can't believe how like nobody knew it was here. Like, what, King of the Ring is coming? It
starts June. Yeah, it's going to start June 1st in Italy. So starts on next week's Raw with the final scheduled for the end of the month at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia.
If it's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Right, Saudi Arabia left.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. But
all right.
Still.
All right, guys. I'm going to give you... Go ahead.
I was going to say one last thing. Now, if they really want to go balls to the wall on booking and really make Obafemi seem like an absolute monster, they could do both.
Mm-hmm.
Put Obafemi in the King of the Ring. Let him win the King of the Ring. So that way he has that title shot at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And have Brock Lesnar come back and say, yeah, you may have that title shot, but motherfucker, I'm not finished with you. And Obafemi says, fuck it. I'll whoop your ass and I'll whoop the world champion's ass at SummerSlam. And Obafemi does double duty on that night. I mean, if you want to establish this dude as that guy and really, really crown him as that guy,
like the Conqueror. Yeah.
Right, let him. I mean, it's 2 nights, so you can stretch it out. Let him face Brock Lesnar on night 1, and then challenge for the world title on night 2. He wouldn't even have to work 2 matches in one show.
Oh, the way you were talking there for a second, I thought you were leading towards a triple threat for the championship.
No. Keep Brock Lesnar as far the fuck away from a world title as possible.
Okay, all right.
No, I mean have Oba work 2 matches at SummerSlam. Night 1, we get Oba versus Lesnar 3. Let Oba win that, and then night 2, he comes back and challenges for the world title against Roman or Jacob Fatu or somebody. Can you imagine them type of bragging rights?
Shit, that'd be dope.
Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at one PLE.
Easy.
Those 2 guys in one weekend.
Yeah.
Hey man, take it easy. That's crazy.
That was actually going to be like my argument, like because like when I think about something like that, like how that moment would make that SummerSlam. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what my argument was going to be for Jacob Fatu and beating Roman for the championship was like every a lot of PLEs have significant moments. You know what I mean? So why couldn't Jacob beating Roman for the title be that significant moment for Clash? Because I don't think Clash has any really like big moment that I'm aware of.
Yeah, that's the problem with it because it's just Clash.
We'll see. I'm excited. I know that much.
All right, guys. I'm gonna give you we're going to play Guess the Wrestler.
Okay.
Guess the Wrestler. We're only going to do one this week.
Only one guess?
Only one guess. It's a male wrestler.
Okay.
This male wrestler has won King of the Ring. This male wrestler has won the Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. It's got the trifecta right there. Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. This wrestler is a 5-time tag team champion.
Edge.
No.
Christian.
No. This wrestler is a 3-time United States champion. This wrestler is a 1-time World Heavyweight Champion and a 3-time WWE Champion.
Rey Mysterio.
No.
Oh.
Nope.
3-time WWE, 1-time World Champion.
3-time United States, 5-time tag team. Former King of the Ring, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank.
Holy cow.
Right? That's a good...
Seth Rollins?
No. This is
Sheamus.
Sheamus. There you go. Drake got it. Sheamus. The only thing missing is that IC title, man. Yeah, good.
I figured it out 'cause I'm like, wait, what's the one thing he didn't say? Oh, Intercontinental. Sheamus.
Yeah. And you know what? You think about that. You look at it like, damn, that's a good career right there. If he just wins that IC title, which I'm pretty sure they will.
Well, but, like, what's up with it now? Is he on injury?
Man. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I know.
He's always hurt. Always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back from injury.
Now or just off TV because they don't have shit for him?
Oh, he's hurt. I mean, he may be rehabbed and they don't have shit for him to do, but he originally... remember, he was in that... the last match he was in was...
the Donnie broke with Rusev.
Cena's last matches.
Oh.
I thought
he was in a 6-man tag with Cena and somebody else on SmackDown or something. In the last days of Cena.
Yeah, was it like Nakamura maybe? Or... Yeah, you know what? I do remember...
Yeah, now that you mentioned Nakamura, I haven't seen him.
We haven't seen him since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like two guys he couldn't face, but yeah, he did a tag match. I think it was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, and so it's like, oh, why didn't you have a match with him? Oh, I guess a tag match is kind of like, oh, well, this kind of covers all 6 of you, or all 5 of you. I can't have a singles match, I can have a tag match. So, yeah, guess the wrestler. All right, we haven't done fantasy match in a while. Because now that I got everybody here, I'll go to the next round of the fantasy match. The next round in this fantasy match bracket. Fantasy match bracket, what is that? Some people are asking who haven't heard it in quite some time. It's a list we have been slowly burning of fantasy matches we haven't gotten. And it's basically we put 2 matches against each other. And you can envision that wrestler at any point in their career. So if you want to envision The Undertaker at his American Badass stage or his Attitude Era stage, whatever you feel is peak for that superstar, peak, career wise. We've been playing it for a while. It's been a slow burn, but we're getting somewhat to the finals here. The next one on the list is AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. This match is going up against Bret the Hitman Hart versus Edge. Oh, I'm sorry. Bret versus Kurt Angle. I'm sorry. It's AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. Oof, indeed. And you guys can look at this from all types of angles, from the build for it, like just the characters and the gimmicks themselves, giving promos and building up to this match, and then just straight up the quality of the match itself you want to see, just the in-ring ability, or maybe this is overall. When hell, you could have done. I know one of these matches. You could have done AJ Styles versus HBK a long time ago, but just never happened. It sucks that we never got it. And of course, if it wasn't for that son of a bitch Goldberg, no, we would have gotten Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle one day,
we're gonna see it.
That's just how Bret would be just so angry. The son of a bitch Goldberg, I hate him.
When he finds out that you said this in 3.5 weeks, he's gonna put a tweet out there, and we're gonna see it.
Yeah. Bret. I already had Goldberg tweet me one time that he was gonna spear me on my birthday. That's a couple years ago. Yeah.
That would have been an awesome birthday present.
Not really, man. I was on guard all fucking day.
But you really thought Bill Goldberg was going to take time out of his day?
Hey, man. I see how it is in the wrestling world. I'm just having my head turned. I'm just not paying attention. Out of nowhere, get speared
from behind a stack of.
Oh my god! Okay, so I'm just gonna do your guys' 3 opinions to get this to move forward, because my opinion doesn't matter. Doyle, AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels, or would you rather see Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle?
This one is pretty easy for me, actually, because I like AJ Styles and I like Shawn Michaels an awful lot, but I don't like either of them as much as I like the Hitman or Kurt Angle. So that makes that a pretty easy choice. You can go a lot of different ways with that. You can go straight up technical. You could go goofy comedy shit. You could go Hitman's the straight man and Kurt Angle's the goofy comedy guy, and talk about two guys that can do absolutely anything in the ring. As great as a prime HBK AJ Styles match would be, it's not my favorite style. I'm more of a grapple kind of ground brawl kind of guy, and I think we'd get that out of a Brett and Kurt match. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with that one.
All right. Dre.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna echo Doyle's sentiments. As nice as AJ and Shawn could be, and yeah, that could be an absolute spectacular match. I think seeing just that pure technical wrestling from Kurt Angle and Bret Hart would be the shit you would teach if wrestling had college level courses. That's the type of match you would teach in a college level wrestling course. Like that would be the kind of match you put on. Really, either one of these probably you could make that argument for, but it's definitely for the technical wrestlers, you'd put on a Bret Hart Kurt Angle match and be like, watch, take notes. Now, I would say if you're thinking from a box office standpoint, I would argue Shawn versus AJ is probably the better box office match. Like if I was booking WrestleMania and I could only have one of these matches at WrestleMania, I would probably go the Shawn AJ match for WrestleMania. But the one that I personally would rather see, I think I would go with Bret versus Kurt Angle.
Bret versus Kurt Angle. Okay. Tyler, your opinion doesn't matter, but go ahead. No, kidding.
I've been told that my whole life. No. I disagree with everybody. So yes,
your opinion doesn't matter. But
exactly right. That's what I was about to say. AJ and Shawn, I think would have been a phenomenal match. I think you would have gotten great promos out of both. And I think you get, especially with AJ, you get a good mix of the aerial stuff, and you still get that ground and pound. I think there's levels to both of them that would show if you want to make it like a 2 out of 3 series, or, I don't know, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, I don't know, whatever. I think that's a story that could tell itself over time. Not saying that Bret and Kurt wouldn't do that. I think you would get, great promos out of them as well. I think their skill sets aren't as wide, I would say. I think to what Doyle said earlier, they're more ground and pound wrestlers. So I just for simply, not just simply for the variety, but on top of everything else, like you get a great package out of AJ and Shawn that, as great as Bret and Kurt could be, I think it's a little lacking compared to the other two. But my opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We've covered that extensively.
Right.
This is kind of like the proverbial pro wrestling versus sports entertainment match.
Yeah.
I think Kurt and Bret are probably pro wrestling, and AJ and HBK sports entertainment. And one of the great things about wrestling is that it's like the circus. You know what I mean? If you don't like, these are two great tastes that would taste great together. But if you don't like something, wait a minute, because something else is going to be along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why. Like I said, if it was WrestleMania and I could only pick one, I'm going Shawn and AJ.
Damn. All right. Okay. Then that moves forward. Brett versus Kurt. We only got a few more left, and we're done with this bracket. We got to figure out a whole new bracket to do.
Tag teams, I think, was the top contender.
What was that?
I think tag teams was the top contender for the next.
Best tag team.
Yeah.
Okay. We could do that. We could do like best stable. We could do. We could do that. Best manager. There's tons of things we could do. Tons of things. I think listener Carlos should make us a bracket, and we should do it, because that way it's fair. That way I don't see it. I can participate, and I feel like it'd be a fair game for me as well. I feel like he could come. He would have the knowledge. I feel like him and his wife could get together, and they would have the knowledge to put together a good bracket for PCW. Whew. All right. I don't got really anything else, man. Okay, actually, you know what? If you guys could think of a guest appearance, if there's going to be a surprise appearance at Clash of Italy, who do you think they flew out for an appearance?
Randy Orton.
No. This is a good one. I'm going to see if you guys are thinking who I'm thinking. For the best bang for your buck.
Oh,
who?
I know. Danhausen.
All right. Doyle, who would you have? Who would be the best bang for your buck? Who would show up at Clash of Italy? Who's coming to Clash of Italy?
Santino Marella?
Dude, no lie. I put my money on fucking Santino Marella, because he works with TNA, right?
Yeah.
And WWE has a relationship with TNA. I could totally see them bringing back the fucking Italian. And they ain't bringing back FBI. I'll tell you that much.
FBI?
Do you not remember who FBI is? Ruthless Aggression Era. Little Nunzio, Big Nunzio, Vito.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Ruthless Aggression, those are ECW originals. What you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I'm going back even further. I tried to FBI. I tried to make it like somewhat relevant, but yeah, that's not even. Yeah, I guess ECW. But I can't think of many other Italian wrestlers. They say Juliana, Julie. Yeah, she has some Italian in her.
Julia's half Italian.
Yeah. I thought maybe the Bella twins are like half Mexican, half Italian, maybe. Maybe a splash of Italian in there. She's got a splash of Italian.
No, you guys are all wrong. Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, this guy.
That's about as Italian as it gets, man. He is the Italian stallion.
Wait, I had a news item for you.
What's that?
Did you know that if you have $32,000 burning a hole in your pocket, could be yours, a 2001 Chevrolet Corvette, Jesus Christ, C5 with a rare Lindenfelter Performance Engineering heads, cam, and exhaust package. 21,000 original miles. 5.7 LS1 V8.
Oh. Was it owned by a previous wrestler?
It is.
Who?
The King of Memphis.
Really? The King's selling it?
He apparently cannot drive anymore and is selling his Corvette.
Whoa. Wonder what it smells like on the inside of that.
Regret.
It's white.
Shame.
I have a black Corvette, so yeah, white one would be nice. What year is it?
He said it's an 80.
2001. That's actually not bad. I kind of want an C5. Damn. I mean, I'll have to hit him up. Maybe.
Yeah.
Can you throw in some autographs and stuff? Some voice clips. Yeah, some voice clips for PCW. Do commentary for us for just one episode.
Dude, it was not an episode of Raw unless you heard Jerry Lawler scream about somebody's puppies.
Puppies! Ah!
The episode of Raw was not complete until he said something about puppies.
This has been a long ass episode. I gotta go to fucking bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow. We all gotta go to work tomorrow. At least we covered Saturday Night Main Event, AAA Wrestling. We covered, the Clash in Italy. We got back to the bracket. We played Guess That Wrestler. We listened to Tyler's opinion. We did all types of cool things we were able to fit in this episode.
Thank you for at least entertaining me for that moment or two.
Yeah, so with that said, Doyle, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just continue liking. We've got a bunch of new Facebook likes in the past couple of weeks, so keep that up. Like us on Facebook, catch us in the Discord, and let's go Red Sox.
Yeah. Dre, what you got, buddy?
As always, Instagram.com/podcast championship wrestling.
Yeah. Tyler, what do you got? Your opinion don't matter. All right, see you guys next week.
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
You're next! Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.